So Ryan Stabler tops the boards with a 13.873, 13.873 for Ryan Stabler. Jonathan Ferguson second quickest in that group, 13.94. Mike Stacy third, 14.04. Third group of sportsmen on the Speedway, guys.
And it's going to be led by Shanagay, New York's Devin Willis, the 21W. Bob Ray out of Cornwall in the 18 machine. Brianna Latisseur, another Cornwall native, in the 15B. Evan Racine in car number 54. Saw his younger brother William out there earlier on. Jason Shipclark out of Carlton Place in the number 4. And there's the undefeated man here at Cornwall so far, the 0, Shane Pecor out of St. Andrews, and Scott McGill from Cornwall in the 0-4. Ready to wind them up tight, let them fly. Session number 3 for the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman is green. Checkered flag coming out, ending this hot lap session. Evan Racine fastest of that group. Third overall, 13.943. So the man who's won 3 times already in the Quebec circuit, twice at Granby, once at RPM this year. Doing a good job as the 4th group coming trackside now.
4th and final Next Level Home Improvement group of sportsmen on the track. Gabriel Sear in the number 94 will lead them out onto the track. Adam Rozo in the 3. Then it's Thomas Cook in the 35. Jared Herbison in the 38J. Billy Cook in the M70. Dennis Folk in the 82. And Moise Paget in the number 66 rounds out our 4th and final group of the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman hot laps. And we wind them up, go green, and let them fly. Well, checkered flags out, and that will finish our 4th and final Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman Division hot laps. And it's going to be Adam Rozo with the quick lap, 13.895. 4 drivers in the 13-second. Thomas Cook is in there, Billy Cook as well. But it's Ryan Stabler with the quickest time overall, guys, with a 13.87. So Ryan Stabler, quickest out of all the sportsmen.
Modifieds are on the Speedway, loud and dirty modifieds. Guys, is it a Canadian national race tonight? Looking at the field, it's quite loaded.
You'd think it's like a baked potato right now if you like them loaded. There you go.
Well, that's what happens when you don't have a handicap system, guys. And when the guys show up, It's heads-up racing, and everybody wants to come out for that. No one's being penalized for not being here on a regular week, so when it rains out everywhere else, this is what we get.
Yep, it's perfect timing for us. Last week's winner then lost his touch tonight. Quickest so far with a 13:24 of Mario Claire. Your quickest time, Steve Bernier in second, 13:34. Michael Maresca, 13:34. Tristan Draper, Kayla Rebido, Chris Raby, and Kevin Amel in that order. Another solid group of guys on the Speedway again, guys.
Yes, sir. Brian McDonald has got a win here already this year at Cornwall, 151. Edwards, New York's Tim Fuller in car number 19, making his way up into turn number 1. Joey Ladisor, Alexandria native in the Mr. Radiator, car number 23. Chris Herbison, Stewart Racing, car number 63 out of Brockville. Out of Montreal, in the Grinder Steakhouse, number 96, that is none other than J.F. Corvo. Behind him, in the Robert Bernard tire, number 54, that is Steve Bernard from Granby. Paul St. Sauveur in car number 37, making his way into turn number 1. Lee Ladisert out of Alexandria, the Jim's Performance Plus number 88 machine, making up group number 2. Green lights are set to come back on session number 2 for the Loud and Dirty 358 Modifieds are green. Yellow lights coming back on immediately. Paul St. Sauveur in car number 37 pulling to a stop. A plume of smoke coming out of that ride.
Well, Timmy and Martin, that's the beauty of the one-way. As soon as he got on it coming out of turn number 3, that's when we saw the white smoke right away. Joel Doiron on the one-way immediately telling him, you got a lot of white smoke coming out, back it off. He was able to pull it up along the wall and drive it off high in 1 and 2. And might have saved something on that car. Hopefully, because it's really early in the evening and he's got lots of time to fix what may be wrong.
That's exactly it. So hopefully Paul would get that diagnosed and be back and ready to go. As the green lights are set to come back on, section number 1 is back underway. Checkered coming out, ending this session for the Loud and Dirty 358 Modifieds, Joey Ladisor. Fast time there, 13:202. So the man out of Alexandria tops the board. He's third and quick overall. Session number 3 going trackside now.
Well, the third session of the Loud and Dirty Modified rolling out onto the track. Michel Labreche and the number 99, Danny Louis Jackson. Roll Well, problems for the 99 of Michel Albrecht coming through 3 and 4 and limping it down onto the front stretch. Obviously some problems early on with that number 99, but the rest of the cars in that group really found a way around the track in a hurry. Danny Gagne with a 13.6, 13.5 is the 13 of Kevin Amell. 13.9, Tommy Jock Jr. in the number 31, and a 13.5 of Louis Jackson Jr. Kerry Terrence with the quickest so far with a 13.53 out of this third and final group here in the Loud and Dirty Modified Division. And we're just going to wind them up again, give them another lap or two, and send them to the pits. Of course, giving these drivers an opportunity to shake the bugs out of the car. As we mentioned, rainouts just about everywhere through the Northeast, and Timmy mentioned it earlier, a lot of chances. This is the first and only chance for the drivers to get the cars out there since last week. So the couple of drivers early on showing some bugs in the system, and hopefully they'll get that worked out. Well, third and final Loud and Dirty Modified Division hot laps in the book, and it'll be Corey Wheeler with the 47S with the quick time so far with a 13.347. And there's just a couple of cars ahead of him. There was a couple of 13.2s. Joey Lattice there with a 13.20 earlier on. So Joey, the quick car to beat so far with the, Mario Claire with the first group with a 13.13. So, guys being rained out everywhere else, the Loud and Dirty Modified show up here, and they know the quick way around.
Yeah, and it's a great prelude for next week as well, guys, as we'll have the second round of the Fatless Chip Stand Canadian Nationals next week. 50 laps.
Does anyone else not getting tired of your song? All like that, you stay alone. Nobody cried and called. Let's see you spook all red rock, God. If you buy his light, so innocent, you put outside.
Actuellement, Lou est contrarié. Il cherche désespérément à récupérer ce qui lui tient le plus à cœur. La tablette 360.
Donne-moi la tablette.
Non!
Donne-moi la tablette.
Non!
Donne-moi la tablette.
Présentement, Loïc bouille énormément en dedans de lui. Son frère lui a pris la tablette 360.
Moi qui apprends.
Hey!
Penses-tu vraiment que papa, il va écouter 360 Nitro.tv?
Pas sûr.
360 Nitro.tv. Tu ne veux pas manquer ça.
Devenez supporter 360. Pour seulement 10 $ annuellement pour supporters personnels, les supporters réguliers recevront un autocollant 360 Nitro.tv personnalisé à leur nom. Et pour les supporters affaires, pour seulement 50 $ annuellement, l'affichage inclura un lien vers votre site Internet. Tous les détails sur le 360nitro.tv.
Allez, fais comme moi, deviens un supporter 360. Allez vite, fais comme moi, deviens un supporter 360. Si elle est capable, vous autres aussi.
Comme pilote de drift professionnel, mes résultats sont basés sur des chiffres. Pour créer de bons calculs, un seul produit a toute ma confiance. Le survolteur d'octane Lucas Oil. Il permet d'augmenter le survolteur d'octane Lucas Oil.
Dans la vie de tous les jours, dans nos automobiles. Sont conçus pour Luke nous accompagne en tout temps.
Whiskey woman, won't you let me down? Bourbon baby, I don't wanna drown. Damn the day I met you, bless the day I'm found. When your well was dry, I got down and I kissed the ground. Liquid courage, won't you run away? Just leave me lonely with this debt I've paid. Damn the day I met you, that's the day I'm found. When your well runs dry, I'll go down and I'll kiss the ground. When your well runs dry, I'll go down and I'll kiss the ground. When your well runs dry, I'll go down and I'll kiss the ground. Will you set me free? But it's not enough. Give me the key, but I swallowed it up and dragging me down. With every cup, so raise my glass, bottoms up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Damn the day I met you, that's the day I'm found. When your well runs dry, I'll get down and I'll kiss the ground. When your well runs dry, I'll get down and I'll kiss the ground. Whiskey woman, won't you let getting down. Bourbon, baby, I don't want it. What's it like to know I'm the one who let it go? Kinda feels like always being alone. What's it like to see the deeper, darker side of me? Feels like running far away from home. I haven't chose us, but hell was in the way, and I'm the one to blame. Caught between my sadness and my fear. Raindrops and roses remind me of the day, a beautiful mistake. How could my whole world just disappear? Wish you were here. I was going so fast, but never could outrun the past. Yesterday will look for me tomorrow. Find me in the mirror with one too many souvenirs. Memories will poison me with sorrow. I haven't chose us, but hell was in the way, and I'm the one to blame.
Clark. Driving the 30 tonight is Marc Dagenet, the 30B of JC Bouchard and Sébastien Beauregard with us tonight as well from Autodrome Granby. So we go green, on va vert. La Marche to the lead with James Clark and Marc Dagenet coming from his fourth starting position, now moving in third. Sébastien Beauregard also here tonight to test the track for probably next week. These guys will have a 25 lap event accounting for the Weekend Warriors Series, and it will be our annual Danny Lefebvre Memorial as well, so expecting a good field of cars next Sunday night for the mini stocks. But right now it's all Tyler Lamarche leading the way with James Clark and Marc Dagenet, Bouchard, Beauregard, and McDonald closes the field. First of two heats in the mini stock. Première de deux qualifications en mini stock. 22 TJ de Tyler Lamarche, toujours votre meneur devant James Clark. Marc Dagenet en troisième. Il restera 2 tours à faire. 2 laps to go. La bataille présentement pour la deuxième position entre Dagenet et Clark. Dagenet utilise l'intérieur, vient chercher cette deuxième, va s'attaquer à la marche. On viendra compléter le dernier tour. Le blanc est donné pour les pilotes. White flag is out. La marche, still your race leader. Marc Dagenet running second, but seems really strong on the inside. Uses the same lane to pass and takes the lead over La Marche on the final lap. Checker flag will be out. Le quadrille sera lancé ici pour le 30 de Marc Dagenet. La Marche termine deuxième. James Clark troisième. JC Bouchard et Sébastien Beauregard complète le peloton, completes the field. A great run here for Marc Dagenet. These guys, as I was mentioning, they're preparing for next week, a 25 lap event next week. Danny Lefebvre Memorial Weekend Warriors Series, expecting a good field of cars for next week. So a good round of applause for the 30 of Marc Dagenet. Bonne main d'applaudissements pour Marc Dagenet, vainqueur de la première de 2 qualifications mini-stock. Bonne performance pour Dagenet. Great run for Marc Dagenet. Great group of cars, Tim, in the mini stocks. Justin Jourdain has been the guy to beat in the last few weeks, but Dagenet was pretty strong in that first of 2 heats.
Yes, he was. Justin Jourdain, 2 wins in the last 2 weeks. For the see how that all. As heat race number 2 is the 23D. That's Sean Duvall going away from the point. There's Justin Jourdain to the out 22. Goyette, Brandon McMillan, the 23B, having some issues getting that car going. Looks like he's grabbed the gear now, and he will be able to continue. So 5 cars ready to go. 6 laps is the distance. Once again, heat points are available as well for all divisions. The modifieds, of course, for the Dwaron Engineering Cup and the RSI Industrial Championships in both the Sportsman and the Pro Stock divisions. So heat points very important across all divisions as we get set and ready to go for the second and final heat in the Assist-to-Sell Mini Stock division here tonight. Lining up next is the first of 2 heats in the Quebec Lightning Sprints. 5th race of the season, 4th race in the 417 Bus Line Series. Ready to go with the wired audio sign in turn number 4. Green is in the air and we're underway. Heading into 1 and 2 off the corner, it is going to be the 22 of Jourdain out in front. Goyette jumping up to the 2 spot. Alexis Charbonneau jumps to the 3 position as they make their way down the front straightaway for the very first time. Jourdain with the advantage into turn number 1, and Goyette with a very fast machine right up on the back deck lid of the 22 of Jourdain down the back chute. Charbonneau watches from 3rd. It's Duvall back there in position number 4. McMillan completing the field in 5th. Bring it down off the corner. Jourdain with about a car length advantage over the 67 of Goyette. Jeremy Goyette all over the back bumper of Jourdain. Goyette gets a little wide. That's going to open up the door for the 49 of Alexis Charbonneau to close in for second. Meanwhile, off the corner, Justin Jourdain looking to continue his winning ways here. With his success in the features this season, he has not won a heat race so far. Granted, it's only been a couple of weeks since we've been racing here, 3 in total, I should say. And Goyette gets way off the backstretch. Allows Charbonneau to get by for second. 2 to go for Justin Jourdain. He's opened up about a half a straightaway advantage now as Charbonneau works from second. Goyette back to 3rd, looking to make a late race charge here as Duvall holds 4th. Brandon McMillan with problems. He has taken his machine to pit road. White flag this time by Justin Jourdain on cruise control, and Duvall. Heavy smoke coming out of the back of the 23D, and he is trying to nurse that one around. And a lot of smoke coming out of the back, especially when he goes into the corners. So we'll keep our eye on it. Meanwhile, we're keeping our eye on Justin Jourdain. He's going to come across and grab his first heat win of the season, taking the checkered flag in heat race number 2. Charbonneau across in second, followed by the 67 of Jeremy Goyette. Sean Duvall will finish the race out in position number 4. So that will do it for the Assist-to-Sell Mini Stocks, as the Lightning Sprints will be coming up for their first of 2 heat events here tonight. As the man who dominated on the kart track in the tractor division will be set and ready to go. Here tonight in the Mini Stocks, he's back in victory lane once again. How about it for Justin Jourdain? Lightning Sprints ready to do battle. First of 2 heats. First of 2 heats with the Lightning Sprints ready to make their way out onto the racetrack. This is going to be led by the 28. That is Jordan Poirier. Jordan Poirier in the number 28 alongside of him. Francis LaLiberté in car number 427. Next row inside is going to find the number 88 of Jeffrey Ware alongside of him in car number 4X. That's Raphael Neiderer. Row number 3 in car number 21, that is Yves Girard, and alongside in the car number 32, that is Guillaume Ouellette. Guillaume Ouellette in car number 32. Next row inside, Pascal Levesque, all top 5 finishes for him this year in car number 3. Alongside of him is going to go the 72 of Eric Miro. Final row back there in position number 9, car number 36. Jan Beaupre in car number 36. Set to go, 8 laps the distance, 9 cars on track. Green lights are on and we're underway. Down into 1 and 2 they go. First time down the back straightaway. It is Jordan Poirier in command of the field as they head into turns 3 and 4 and down to the line at lap number 1. Jordan Poirier, 2 starts this season. The last time he won was right here in Cornwall back on May the 26th. The 427 of Francis Liberté, St. Victoire de Sorel, Quebec native, holding on to the 2 spot. Jeffrey Ware still holding on to 3rd. Good battle right now going on for position number 5. Pascal Levesque going at it with the 4 of Ralph Niederer as they head down off of corner number 4 down the front straightaway. Jordan Poirier has got everybody covered so far here in the early going. Got about half a straightaway advantage over La Liberté in second. Jeffrey Ware starting to feel some pressure from Yves Girard in car number 21. Girard down on the bottom. Pascal Levesque launches from the 5 spot as they head up into turns 1 and 2. A good side-by-side battle there for the number 3 spot between Girard and Jeffrey Ware. They're still wheel-to-wheel heading into turns 3 and 4 and down to the line. 5 laps down already. Jordan Poirier putting a whooping on the field so far as they heads down into turns 3 and 4. 6 laps down, 2 more to go, and the man out of St. Mathieu de Bellel, Quebec, car number 28, Jordan Poirier. Running a torrid pace here in the late going of this one. Meanwhile, back there, the battle for 3rd and 4th still going on between Yves Girard and Jeffrey Ware. Pascal Levesque still launching from the 5 spot. Niederer is 6th, followed by the 72 of Miro and the 32 of Olek completing it. A look down on the backstretch. Beaupre out of shape on the back straightaway. Brings it back on, but Jordan Poirier will dominate heat race number 1 for the Lightning Sprint. Francis La Liberté comes home 2nd, followed by Yves Girard, Jeffrey Ware, Pascal Levesque, Ralph Niederer, along with the 72 of Eric Miro, Guillaume Moulette, and Jan Beaupre will complete your field in the number 36 machine. So he's used to winning a lot here in Cornwall, and he won the last time the Lightning Sprints were here, looking to become the first repeat winner of the Lightning Sprints. How about it for the 28 of Jordan Poirier? That's how the Lightning Sprints do it here, Huey. They go really fast.
They do. They go really fast, and to a tune of 13.11 for Jordan Poirier. His quickest lap, his last 3 laps were 13.4, 13.3, 13.3. That's quick.
The kid's good. He's got a little bit of help on his side, too.
Well, you
Some
know,
other Poirier guys
you got an uncle with a name Fireball?
Yeah, Fireball, all right, that's for sure.
I remember when he used to run here in the modified and win with that, and then he decided he was going to run with ESS in the sprint division, and it was all over but the crying for the sprint cars.
Trying to talk him back into a modified ever since.
Well, you know, maybe we can have a turn back the clock race. We get guys like Dave Hayslip and that, and Billy Cook and jump out of his sportsman, go into a modified. Second qualifying heat for the Lightning Sprint. Skylar Lattiser in the 23L, Yannick Poirier in the 28P, Michel Benoit in the 25B, Matthew Bargier in the number 19, Tommy Moreau in the number 22, Louis Charles Lalonde in the 97, and we're underway. Second heat. 8 laps will be the distance. And the Lightning Springs bring it down the backstretch, and they're coming around in a hurry. And it's going to be the 28 of Yannick Poirier, the 28P of Yannick Poirier. First time around, he's leading it. I got a bunch back there. Skylar Lattiser now having his hands full with the 74T of Terry Lattiser. Now Lattiser slipped up the track just a little bit, and now he finds himself into second. Terry Lattiser with a nice lap. And we've got a car off on the backstretch, and here we go. Terry Lattiser has his hands full. Matthew Bargier in the 19 around the outside to take over second. Yannick Poirier on cruise control down the backstretch, has a backstretch lead over the rest of the field as we come to the halfway point already. 4 laps in, just 4 to go. Yannick Poirier, 28P, then it's Matthew Bargier, Terry Lattiser in the 74T, and Tommy Moreau in the 22. as we've got a car off on the back stretch going the wrong way down a one-way street. And Stéphane Bergeron in the 37. Got a little out of shape, turned it around, and needed a little more space to turn the car around on the backstretch than what the officials wanted up here. So track is clear. They're being told to double up again. They're at the halfway point. 4 laps in, 4 to go here in the second and final Lightning Sprint heat. And so far, it's the Poirier show up front. Jordan Poirier winning his heat, and Yannick was well on his way with a full backstretch lead over the rest of the field. But Matthew Bardier now in the 19, a tough runner in this division, finds himself outside of Yannick Poirier in the 28P. As we're going to roll through the wired audio zone, we're going to be looking for a nice clean start in turn number 4. And that is a beautiful start that we were looking for. Yannick Poirier and Bardier get on it. Poirier to the bottom. Here comes Bardier in the 19 on the top side. Terry Lattiser hanging on to third. He's got Tommy Moreau right there with him. Moreau on the outside. Good battle for third and fourth. Moreau's going to win that one. Gets around Terry Lattiser in that 74T. And it's Poirier back out into the lead. And we've got a car around in turn number 1. So the yellow will come out as lap number 6 goes in the book. Just 2 more to go. And I believe that's car looping it in turn number 1, getting down. And now getting it turned around, will rejoin the back of the field. Now Skylar Lattiser in the 23.
Yeah, Skylar has run all 4 events with the Lightning Sprints this year. 3 consecutive 12th place finishes. Consistent, but I know he wants more.
Well, yeah, everyone wants top 10, at least. But, I mean, how do you do that? 12th, 12th, and 12th. I mean,
they get about 25 cars usually at some of the other events, so he's been right in there.
That's halfway. That's good math. And we are back at it. Matthew Bardier getting a good start in that number 19, taking over the lead. Yannick Poirier slips back to second. Tommy Moreau in the 22, all alone in third. They've got company in the 96 of Xavier Lozo. As the checkered flag comes out, it's going to be Matthew Bardier taking the second heat. Yannick Poirier will finish third, and Tommy Moreau in the 22 will round out your top 3. And a good charge right at the end by the 96 of Xavier Lozo and Terry Lattiser round out your top 5. But coming around to get the checkered flag photo and running a good race, getting a great restart. How about a round of applause for the 19 of Matthew Bardier? Well, Timmy, Matthew Bardier's best time was a 13:05. So even quicker than Jordan Poirier's quickest lap, which was a 13:03. So a 13:052. So Matthew Bardier, and he did that on lap number 6. That was on the restart.
Right. That's Matthew Bardier. He's been here in a sportsman car before, so he knows the way around this Speedway. 2 second-place finishes at Plattsburgh and right here the last time at Cornwall as well. So Matthew Bardier wants to pick it up one more notch and maybe get into victory lane as heat race number 1 for the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks on track. Dave the Bulldog Bissett, car number 47 on point. Outside will be Messina's Kevin Federley Jr. in the 57. Stefan LeBrun in car number 6, 2-time winner this year. Michael Blay in the Home Hardware number 41, making his way down the back chute. to go. Eric Jean-Louis has joined this field in car number 9 as they get set to go off of turns 3 and 4. Green lights are on, and away we go. Quickly into 1 and 2, last week's winner, the Bulldog. Dave Bissonette jumps out into the lead as they hustle down the back straightaway. Michael Blay thought about going 3 wide with LeBrun and the 57 of Federley. That didn't quite work as they come down to the line at lap number 1. Bissonette in control, and everybody after Stefan LeBrun for second. LeBrun, the winner of the opening 2 events, finished second last week. And Bissonette with a problem on the backstretch, moving the car back and forth and not sure what's going on with his ride as he'll pull it to the outside of the speedway out of the way of the leaders. Yellow lights are on at lap number 2.
Okay, Timmy, we have an announcement up here, but I know you wrote it.
Oh.
It's a happy Father's Day to my favorite announcer. So,
yeah, here we go.
There's a whole bunch of other names there, but happy birthday to my favorite announcer, Timmy Baltz. You can read the rest because you can't read a happy Father's Day to yourself.
Okay, fine. And to my brother-in-law, not mine personally, my brother-in-law, Dudes Thompson, and Zach Gwendon, and to the favorite race car drivers, Ryan Stabler, Corey Wheeler, Joey Lannister, love the Wild Child, and her own Wild Child rider, Jasmine David, ladies and gentlemen. Wild Child, good to see you, good to hear from you. Glad you could be here.
Favorite announcer?
How about that?
It's Jasmine. We gotta talk. That's it.
Jasmine is the coolest of all time, right there. If you have left if you're missing a jacket, by the way, it has been found at the South Canteen. So if you're at the South Canteen, please go pick up your jacket, which should be down towards turn number 1.
Concession 1.
Yes. So go down there, and they have it for you. Back to live action on the track. Green lights are on. Stefan LeBrun is the new race leader, 2 laps down in this 8-lap heat event, first of 2 on the day for the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks. Good battle going on for second. Michael Blay around the top lane, trying to get by Federley, the veteran, down on the bottom lane. Blay up on the top side, and Micah will take the position away as they work it up into 1 and 2, this time by the 6 of Stefan LeBrun, 41 of Michael Blay up to second. Federley right there behind him in third. Eric Jean-Louis, who joined this field late, is fourth, bringing it off the turn, halfway down, 4 down, 4 to go. Stefan LeBrun in command of the field, not by much though, as Blay and Federley all over the back bumper. Eric Jean-Louis about 2 car lengths back in fourth, bringing it into turn number 3. LeBrun slips up the racetrack. Here's Federley with a bid for second. That didn't quite work. 3 laps left to go. 5 laps are complete, and Blay is right there to challenge him. Then Home Hardware number 41 down on the low lane, peeks the nose down to the inside. LeBrun will have no part of it. Jumps down to the inside, blocks the lane as they come up off the corner. 2 to go for Stefan LeBrun. 41 of Michael Blay, 57 of Federley, and the 9 of Eric Jean-Louis back there to the 4 spot. And Blay has got a quick race car. He is all over LeBrun. He's been all over him since the restart. And LeBrun slips up the hill. Michael Blay trying to take advantage of it. Can't quite get it done that time. White flag in the air for Stefan LeBrun. Great run amongst these top 4 drivers. Any one of them could win this one down the back straightaway. Final time into turn number 3. Stefan LeBrun looking to hold on for the win, and it looks like he is going to do just that. LeBrun will get the victory. Second will be the 41 of Michael Blay, 57 of Federley, and the 9 of Eric Jean-Louis will complete your field in fourth. Good opening heat for the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks as the man who leads the way in the season-long standings for the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks. He also picks up an extra 5 points for the RSI Championship, which he has been a former champion of as well. How about a big hand for the number 6 of Stefan LeBrun? There you have it.
Well, Tim, their last couple of laps were separated by hundredths of seconds. Michael Blay was right there on Stefan LeBrun and Kevin Federley. There was a difference of 2/100ths of a second between first and third.
Well, I got another Happy Father's Day wish up here to Andy Lubers from Sunny and Gingin. Happy Father's Day.
And Andy's pretty popular.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
Second qualifying heat in the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock Division. Dave Segay in the 11A goes away off the pole. Burton Ward in the 28 outside pole. Rock Obey inside of that second row with the number 4. That'll be the 8 of Mark Lalone on the outside. And Riley McMonagle rounding out the field with the 2R. And we are underway. Green flag in the air. Dave Seguin into the early lead. He's got Ward right there with him. Rock Obey. And here comes Lalone on the top side. They are side by side. Lalone goes around on the outside. Tries to take away second from Burton Ward. 8 laps will be the distance. First lap already in the books. And a good lap at that, a 15.90. And Mark Lalone with the quickest lap with a 15.75. And he's got his sights set on Dave Seguin. Mark Lalone in the number 8 ride. Tries to go back up to that top groove. Dave Seguin down on the bottom. Pulls away a little bit down the backstretch with the 11A. I'll throw a blanket over the top 2 cars as they are very, very close. Mark Lalone still trying to work a way around. Seguin nice and smooth out in front. The problems with the 4 of Rock Obey as he shuts it down the top of turn 1 and 2. Rock Obey having some handling problems and shut it down. He's going to limp that car back off the track and into the pit area. Or he just might be waiting for the rest of the field to catch up.
I have got a few more announcements here.
Oh.
Yes.
There we go.
We've got a Happy Father's Day going out to Daddy Walter Michelle from Lily and Tessa. Happy Father's Day going out to Great Grandpa Merv, Uncle Les, and Dad from Damien and Kane. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Happy Father's Day, Gary. Lots of love from Thomas and Carter. Happy Father's Day to Brad Reef and Jason Powers. Love, Josh and Taylor. There you go.
And the Father's Day wishes just keep on rolling. Halfway through the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock second and final heat. Seguin and Lalone pick up the battle where they left off. And here comes Rock Obey down on the bottom with the number 4 car. Picks up a couple of spots and moves his way up in a second. Seguin back out into the lead with the 11A. And now we got Riley McMonagle with a power slide into turn 1 and 2. Loops it right back around. We'll get things Well, Riley McMonagle having some problems in 1 and 2, but straightens it out. Caution comes out. We'll line them back up. We'll do it again. 2 laps to go here in the second and final Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock heat.
And your current race leader, David Seguin, he just needs to pick it up one more spot as far as the feature events are concerned this year. Third on opening day, May 19th, and second last week to eventual race winner Dave Bissonette. So really, just needs to go one more, but easier said than done.
Well, it's a very contested division, that's for sure. And any given night, you throw a blanket over the top 6 cars because any one of them can win. And we are back underway. 2 laps will do this one. Rock Obey on the outside finds something up high. Seguin comes right back down at the bottom. They are nose to nose down the backstretch. And as they come through 3 and 4, Obey found something up high there as well. And will take over the lead with 1 lap to go. White on the field. Rock Obey with the number 4 now into the lead. Dave Seguin slips back to second. Here comes Mark Lalone down on the bottom. He's going to try to make a charge for it. Not going to be enough as the checkered flag flies. The 4 of Rock Obey takes the heat win. Seguin will finish second, and Mark Lalone will round out in the top 3 position. Then it'll be Burton Ward and Riley McMonagle rounding out the field. That'll do it for the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock division. Just one more thing to do, guys, and that's Rock Obey coming around here to the flag stand to get the picture with the checkered flag. And how about a round of applause for the 4 of Rock Obey? Now moving on to the next level home improvement. 4 heats on the docket, guys. And Martin, I believe you've got heat number 1 for us.
Yes, I do, Yui. As you mentioned, 4 heats, 29 cars in attendance, 29 voitures ce soir. Sportsman, les bienfaits, malheureusement, des autres pistes qui ont dû annuler au cours de la fin de semaine avec la mauvaise température, combinée avec notre nouveau système de qualification qui élimine ce qu'on appelait le commun système handicap. Donc, les pilotes pigent à leur arrivée, puis c'est ce qui détermine les places dans le peloton. So, 29 cars tonight, combined with inclement weather at other tracks, and our new qualifying system that brings a lot of new drivers to be in attendance tonight. So, speaking of new drivers, one upcoming rookie, the 35 of William Racine, starts on the pole. You'll hear that name a lot in the next few years in the sportsmen and in the modifieds as we go. Young, talented driver here. Takes the green. Vauvert ici dans cette qualification. Older brother Evan is also in that heat in the 54. Currently driving in position number 7. But right now, it's all William Racine, votre meneur devant Gabriel Cyr et Billy Cook, Jason Clark et le 1R de Ricky Thompson. Présentement 5e, Ricky Thompson, after a bad crash back a few weeks ago, has purchased one of the cars of John Mulder, and he's back racing, currently running in 4th in the 12 ride. But right now, it's all William Racine in the 35. Solid run so far in front of Gabriel Cyr. Gabriel Cyr is having one of his best seasons so far in the sportsman ranks. In the top 5, been running in the top 5, top 6 with us on a regular basis this season. 94 de Gabriel Cyr, un des bons pilotes, un des bons jeunes pilotes. Montre beaucoup de constance cette saison dans le 94, dans le top 5, top 6, à tous les soirs jusqu'ici. Mais présentement, c'est William Racine. William Racine, still your race leader in front of Gabriel Cyr, Billy Cook, Ricky Thompson, and Jason Clark, Jared Urbison, Evan Racine, and Dominic Merkley. A rookie driver as well into the sportsman ranks. Decided to come and test the Speedway tonight in the 78. Checker flag is out. Le quadrille lancé pour le 35 de William Racine. 94 Gabriel Cyr in second, Billy Cook, Ricky Thompson, Jason Clark, Jared Urbison. 54 of Evan Racine, and the 78 of Dominic Merkley rounds out the field. Voiture 35, 35, William Racine, young man in the race team of Steve Bernard. You'll hear that name quite often in the next couple of years. Evan Racine, his older brother, already has 3 wins this season, and this young man, his first sportsman heat win here in Cornwall. Good round of applause for him. Bonne main d'applaudissement pour William Racine, sa première victoire ici en carrière du côté de Cornwall en qualification. Guys, heat number 2. Looking at the cars right now in the lineup, it's a pretty solid field of cars.
Oh, goodness gracious. We got, what, 3 track championships on that front row just here at Cornwall alone. And many karting titles on the front row.
And in the second row.
Yeah, then the second row, we've got more karting championships and wins. And then there's good old Moise Paget and Mike Stacy behind all this, so we'll see how this all pans out. We all know it's Shane Pecor on the front row for heat race number 2 in the 0 out of St. Andrews. Another St. Andrews native, the 1 of Justin Lalonde set. Row number 2 from Lynn, Ontario, the man who picked up his first win in the rookie sportsman ranks at Brockville 2 weeks ago. That's Evan Reynolds in the 13 with Cornwall's Brianna Lattiser, the defending Mohawk track champ. in the number 15B. Maurice Paget had a second place finish a couple of weeks back at RPM. He is back with us in the 66. Mike Stacy back and ready to go in the number 23 from Ganawage. And caution is out. We'll try that start once again. 12 heat races so far this year for the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman. Jason Shipclark leads all drivers with 3. Shane Pecor, Thomas Cook, each with 2. You just saw William Racine pick one up, along with Justin Lalancette, Jeffrey Lapalme, Cedric Govro, and Robert Delormier. Green is out at the wired audio sign off at turn number 4. Drag race into turn number 1, and Shane Pecor picks up the lead. Lalancette and Lannister second and third. Mike Stacy gets around the 13 of Evan Reynolds, along with Moise Paget in the 66 ride as they bring it down to the line for the first time. Shane Pecor in command as they hustle into 1 and 2. Lalancette's car looks a little bit tight out there right now, and that is going to open the door for Brianna Lannister to try to sneak down low to try to get the position away as they battle for second and third. Pecor is on the gas and driving away. Back there behind the top 3 drivers, Moise Paget holds on to 4th. Mike Stacy and Evan Reynolds complete your field of drivers. Once again, top 5 do get heat points towards the RSI Industrial Championship, and Pecor looking to pick up the maximum 5 points here as we work in lap number 3, second of 4 heats in this Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman division. 8 laps is the distance. Pecor coming around off of turn number 4. He'll get the halfway sign this time by. Half straightaway advantage over the one of Lalancette. Lannister trying to run him down in spot number 2, and Moise Paget doing all he can to run down the top 3 with Mike Stacy in 5th. Reynolds completing it one more time down off the corner. Shane Pecor, the man out of St. Andrews, undefeated in feature action this year. Justin Lalancette, Brianna Lannister would like to change that as they're trying to run him down. Lalancette looks like he's pulled away just a little bit from Brianna as they headed to 3 and 4 and down to the line with 2 laps left to go. The lead is all but solidified right now. The battle is on from second on back to 4th as Justin Lalancette, Brianna Lannister, and the 66. Moise Paget holding on to 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. White flag in the air for Shane Pecor. Took the lead right at the drop of the green flag and has not relinquished it since. He's down the back straightaway. Checkered flag in the air. 3rd heat win of 2019 goes to Shane Pecor. 2nd will be Justin Lalancette. 3rd will go to Brianna Lannister. The 66 of Moise Paget and the 23 of Mike Stacy will round out your top 5. Evan Reynolds completes the field in 6th. So not much has changed in the last 7 days here at Cornwall for Shane Pecor. Back in victory lane one more time as he heads down there to get yet another victory lane photo. How about a big round of applause for the 0 of Shane Pecor?
Well, Tim and Martin, the top 3 in that heat all came out of the karting ranks at many various tracks, but of course, right here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway in the Dirt Raceway Park on Tuesday evenings. If you want to see our future racers, come out Tuesday evening. You see that little track right over there between 3 and 4. That's where we're going to get our future racers here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. And from the ages of 5 in a go-kart. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that is something to see. It's just basically a helmet bobbing around in the cart and a big steering wheel. And unbelievable. But like I said, top 3 in that heat all came out of the karting ranks here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. Well, we've got Delbert Legros in the 71X. The 18 JR of Jason Rose, 28K. Curtis Caille, Devin Willis in the 21W. Scott McGill in the 04. Bob Ray in the 18 from out of Cornwall. And Adam Rozo in the number 3. The 3rd of 4 Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman heats as they roll through the wired audio zone. Delbert Legros leads them around down the front stretch. And Legros gets a good corner as he pulls away by a couple of car lengths. Kurt Caille and Jason Rose will drag race it down the backstretch. Caille down to the inside, pulls away and into the number 2 spot at the flag stand. Rose right there with him, slips up the track just a little bit. Here comes McGill down at the bottom. Legros goes way too hot into turn 1 and 2. He'll drop back 4 spots, finds himself in the number 5 position as here comes Adam Rozo down to the inside. Tries to take one more spot away from him. Kurt Caille inherits the lead, and he's got Jason Rose right there in the 18 JR in 2nd. Scott McGill hanging on a 3rd with the 04. And we've got Devin Willis in the 21W trying to work it around the outside a little out of shape. Here comes Adam Rozo down at the bottom. He's going to battle for fourth as we bring it around by the flag stand this time. It'll be 4 laps in the books, 4 to go in this third of 4 Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman heats. Kurt Kaye on cruise control down the back chute, and he's about 3 or 4 car lengths away from Jason Rose and stretching out that lead. Well, Kurt Kaye knocking off some steady laps in the mid 14 second range. Jason Rose just trying to keep it close and ahead of Scott McGill, who's right behind him in third. Scott McGill in the 0-4 with 2 laps to go. Kurt Kaye in the Cornwall Mazda number 28 ride. It's going to bring it down through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, this time by the flag stand. The white flag will fly. 1 more lap to go. Kurt Kaye in the lead with the 28K. Then it's Jason Rose in the 18 JR. Scott McGill now has his hands full with Adam Rozo, and we've got a car looped it in turn number 4 right at the wired audio zone sign, and that's the 18 of Bob Ray.
And before we go back, Green got another Father's Day wish. Happy Father's Day going out to Dave Denis from Grayson. So, Dave, happy Father's Day going out to you. Glad you could spend it here with us at one of the fastest quarter miles in the area, Cornwall Motor Speedway.
What a better place to spend it.
Absolutely. 1 lap shootout, Huey. We'll see who ends up on top of the board after this one.
Well, Kurt Kaye is the guy to beat in this one so far. Now Kurt Kaye down the front chute. Scott McGill with a nice corner gets it up on the bank a little bit, and looping it around is Rose. Everyone finds a way around. Some tagging going on down on the backstretch. Adam Rozo comes together with Delbert Legros, and got a couple of cars facing the wrong way down a one-way street, so that'll bring out the caution. And we're going to make that a finish as the cars looped it around. It had nothing to do with the finish. So Kurt Kaye will pick up the third of 4 Next Level Home Improvement heats. How about a round of applause for Curtis Kaye in the number 28. Well, Tim and Martin, you get 3 cars all fighting for the same lane, and, well, that's kind of what happens. Trying to put the square peg through the round hole, not gonna go. Well, I mean, if you hammer it hard enough or have a heavy enough hammer, maybe, but
these guys don't have hammers on the Speedway, so that won't happen.
No, we don't have a hammer or a little hammer anymore. They
No, we
kinda,
don't.
well,
No.
Last week, the little hammer was out for once more go around.
Yeah, and he did really well last week, winning his Heat race and also finishing 6th in the feature, so it was a good run for him. But right now it's final Heat Sportsman, the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman, the 35 of Thomas Cook, 77E of Ryan Stabler, the 82 of Denis Fogg, 29A Justin Desrosiers, Jonathan Ferguson, Chris Ferguson on the 3rd row, and the 33 of Corey Winters. Green flag is out, le vert est donné. Good start here for Thomas Cook, taking the lead over Ryan Stabler and Justin Desrosiers. Denis Fogg and Jonathan Ferguson, your top 5 after lap number 1. Thomas Cook toujours votre meneur devant Ryan Stabler, Justin Desrosiers, Denis Fogg et Jonathan Ferguson. Top 5 après 2 tours. No changes right now. Only battle right now is for that 3rd position between Fogg and Desrosiers. Desrosiers goes a little bit high, but is able to keep that 3rd position over Fogg. Fogg, a regular runner up in the Drummondville area, decided to visit here quite often this season. I think it's his 3rd appearance. at the Speedway. Denis Fogg, un des réguliers du côté du Québec autour de l'autodrome Drummond, troisième visite cette saison en Sportsman. Présentement, c'est Thomas Cook. Thomas Cook, your race leader, but has Ryan Stabler on his tail. Ryan Stabler has been really strong so far this season, currently second in points overall with 20 points behind Shane P4, the man to beat so far this season in the Zero car, but right now he has his eyes on the first place in this heat. White flag is out, le blanc est donné. Thomas Cook, toujours votre meneur, dernier tour dans cette quatrième qualification Sportman. Ryan Stabler tentera le tout pour le tout. Track is good tonight, so he's able to make a late charge. They hit, and he's able to go get the win. Great run by Ryan Stabler. Go gets these 5 points over Thomas Cook, Justin Desrosiers, Denis Fogg, and Jonathan Ferguson. Guys, it's nice to see a great track tonight. He was able to pull out a great move and a racing move to go get the win. So good round of applause for the 77E of Ryan Stabler.
Yeah, that was quite the battle right down to the end. We haven't seen that too often, especially in qualifying heats, but Ryan Stabler just edging out Thomas Cook. That contact at the end, that was just pure hard racing right there, and the RSI Industrial Plump It Up Aesthetics, number 7070 of Ryan Stabler, plumped it up at the checkered flag.
I'll tell you guys, that's really going to make things tight at the top of the leaderboards. Of course, Shane Pecor picking up maximum points for his heat win. Ryan Stabler, 20 points, trailing him coming into this evening. Didn't want to go down by any more points, so he picked up the maximum as well.
Loud and dirty, 358 modifieds on track and ready to go racing. Going to be Paul St. Sauveur on the point, the 37. Tommy Jock Jr., the 31 on the outside. Steve Bernard in the 54. 25, Steve Bernier. Michael Maresca in the 7. Kyle Dingwall, 66. Mario Claire in the 24. 87, David Hebert, 96. That is going to be J.F. Corvo. Green lights are on, and away we go. TJ jumps out into the race lead as they hustle down the backside. Look at Bernier thread the middle through the third turn, and Steve Bernier, the defending airborne track champion, to the lead at lap number 1. Tommy Jock trying to battle with Steve Bernard for the 2 spot. Paul St. Sauveur is 4th, followed by David Hebert in 5th, then a Hornet's Nest back there for position number 6 is Kyle Dingwall, Michael Maresco, last week's winner Mario Claire, and the 96 of J.F. Corvo having it out for those spots. But Steve Bernier, the winner on opening day at Plattsburgh, jumps out into the lead, checks out on the field. TJ, Tommy Jock Jr. holds on to the 2 spot. Then it is the 54, Steve Bernard. 87 of David Hebert in a battle with former boss out there, and that's the 37 of Paul St. Sauveur, but Hebert drives back around the top side. He'll pick up the 4 spot. Then everybody after Kyle Dingwall for the number 6 position. Dingwall holds off the 7 of Michael Maresca for the time being. And oh my, Paul St. Sauveur, a lot of smoke showing out of that ride, and he is laying down a whole lot of liquid in turn number 2. Steve Bernier sees that, and the caution flag will wave here with 5 laps complete. Oh my goodness, Paul St. Sauveur, La Présentation Quebec, had some problems with that car in the hot lap session, guys, and apparently the problem is still not fixed.
Well, something definitely came loose. He lost all his coolant over there on the track, and right between 1 and 2, right in the racing groove. So track officials over there taking a look at it now, see if we've got to try to do something to work that in there.
Yes, and it'll take a couple laps to get that run in. Steve Bernier, as I mentioned, defending track champion of the Plattsburgh Airborne Speedway for 2018. Kicked off the season at Plattsburgh with an opening day win there. Has since added a couple of more victories to his 2019 campaign. Checking out the winners list so far. Picked up a win at Autodrome Granby as well this season. 2 wins on the season, so solid year to start for Steve.
Wow, what a move he made through the middle as well. He was back starting in 4th position, and he went up through the other 2 cars like they were standing still. That was Tommy Jock, who's running a pretty good race, and Steve Bernard. These guys are not slouches, and Steve Bernier made them look like they were standing still.
Yeah. Steve was here on opening day with us, the Canadian Nationals opener. He finished 9th that day, and out of St. Hyacinthe, Quebec. Tommy Jock Jr. out of Hogansburg. He's got his young son David twisting the wrenches on that ride, and wife Kimmy down there as well. Steve Bernard in the number 54, Granby, Quebec native. Trying to get this track run in over there. You can see right where it started, right in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Paul St. Sauveur signed on as a platinum member for the Super Dirt Car Series. At age 54, this is going to be a big thrill for him. You know, he's not an upstart rookie, that's for sure, but it's one of the things that he dreamed of doing, and
yeah, it's for him. It's a dream come true. Decided to run the whole deal, so it's fun to see that. You need those types of drivers on these tours as well. So he'll be here in 2 weeks. I guess he wanted to try some stuff tonight with his W16 engine package, but he'll be here in 2 weeks with his big block machine, as the Super Dirt Car Series will be here in 2 weeks. So a lot of these guys will. You'll see the 54 of Steve Bernard as well in his green ride. Usually his big block E96 of the grinder will be here. Michael Maresca as well with a big block. So a lot of these guys in this seat guys will be running with the big blocks.
Gonna have some weird announcer guy here too that follows that whole race thing. Yeah, it's. I think it's all the puts-ins at the different tracks. We're talking about, of course, our own Timmy Baltz in town with the Super Dirt Series, Super Dirt Car Big Block Series. We pick on Timmy, well, because we can. And as soon as Timmy switches the batteries out in his microphone, he'll be back to join us for this first loud and dirty modified heat.
I'm back. I got fresh batteries now. I'm recharged. Steve Bernier's recharged too. He's going to get the lead on the green flag. 5 laps down, 3 to go as they head up in a 1 and 2. And Maresca goes for a ride off of corner number 2, brings it back on, coming down to the line as Bernier gets out of shape. Here comes David Hebert in a bit for the lead down in front. Working it down to the turn number 1. Steve Bernier, the St. Hyacinthe native, going against St. Damas, Quebec's David Hebert down the back straightaway. And now Mario Claire starts to go to work. Looking to the inside lane on TJ for the number 4 position. Oh, and Bernard and Jock come together on the front straightaway. Opens the door for Kyle Dingwall and JF Corbo to get by. 2 to go this time by, and this battle is far from over for the race lead. Steve Bernier in the lead with the 87 of David Hebert in the 2 spot. Steve Bernard holding down position number 3, Kyle Dingwall and Mario Claire. Your top 5 with JF Corbo, Michael Maresca, and Tommy Jock Jr. in that order. Final time down the front straightaway into turn number 1. It is Steve Bernier in control. Gapped the 87 of Hebert by about 5 car lengths as they work it down into turns 3 and 4. Checkered in the air. Steve Bernier wins the Battle of Quebec. He takes the victory. Second spot will go to David Hebert. Steve Bernard will cross in position number 3. Kyle Dingwall is 4, followed by the 24 of Mario Claire. JF Corbo, Michael Maresca, and Tommy Jock Jr. in that order. But what a run there for the man out of St. Hyacinthe, Quebec. 2 wins at Plattsburgh and Autodrome Granby for this man in 2019. He's in victory lane here in Cornwall. How about a big hand for the 25 of Steve Bernier? The Battle of Quebec.
Exactly. That's the who's who of Quebec
Dingwall.
right there.
There you go, guys. Heat race number 1 in the books. Heat 2 ready to go now.
I think we're only missing 1 or 2 cars out of Quebec here this evening out of that first heat. You got Cale Rubidoux and Danny Gagne could have basically jumped up there. We could have made a whole heat, and that would have been the who's who from out of Quebec as well. But we got good heat, another loud and dirty heat here. And a lot of Ontario boys in this one. We've got the 88 of the General, Lee Lattiser in the Jim's Performance Plus, Timmy Fuller in the 19, Chris Raby in the 01, Cale Rubidoux in the 46, 47S of Corey Wheeler in the Fat Les Chip Stand Ride, the 151 KB of Brian Slim McDonald with a feature win just a couple of weeks ago, and Mikel Labreche in the number 99 had some problems in hot laps. It looks like he's able to get that back out there. And the 13P of Paul Lamel not making the call. And we've got a hook up here on the front as Rubidoux. And Cale Rubidoux hooked up with the back of Raby's car. And with nowhere to go. It looks like the shock mount got caught up under the back bumper and just pulled Chris Raby right around and into the front wall. And poor Brian Slim McDonald with nowhere to go but underneath, out to assess the damage. And all three drivers are out and fine, ladies and gentlemen. How about a round of applause for our drivers? And as I mentioned, the 46 of Rubidoux just got under the back end of Raby, and they got hooked up, and it was just like a train going around the corner.
Yeah, you see Cale and Chris discussing what happened down there, and Cale went over to make sure Chris was okay, and everybody else down there as well. But man, Chris picking up a win last night at Plattsburgh, his second of the season overall. He got a win at Mohawk earlier this year, but this is a major setback for that team right now for sure.
And they were coming here tonight leading the points as well. I was looking the points everywhere over the weekend, and Chris Raby is having a really strong start out of the season this year. As you mentioned, he won his second race of the season last night at Airborne, but he leads the points in Mohawk, leads the points here, and he had 10 points behind Steve Bernier going into Airborne yesterday, but probably with the win last night, he probably took the lead there. So he's been really strong this year, and we can see him running back to the pits. Hopefully they'll be able to repair the car back and have it in shape for the 30 lap feature. So they'll be able to run strong field of cars tonight, so he'll have to start from the back with these two drivers as well. Brian McDonald has a good season so far as well, guys. He won a few weeks ago. He's currently 6th in the points here at Cornwall, but him and Cale Rubidoux making a return last week as well, so it's looking all day. They're currently assessing the damage as well, so it's hopefully they'll be back.
Yes, it's man, it's been just a tough start of the night for these drivers, and it's not something we obviously would like to see, but they'll take a minute and get these drivers untangled.
Now the biggest thing right now, guys, is our officials are going to, of course, try to minimize any damage at all, and hopefully guys like Brian McDonald just underneath might be able to just back out and hopefully avoided the delicate part of the front end where the steering column and the shock mounts come in.
Right. We shall see. These front ends on these modified cars are pretty sensitive pieces, and we'll see how things transpire here when they get them all unhooked. As far as heat races go this year, Steve Bernier just became the first driver to win 2 heat races here at Cornwall. Brian McDonald, Stefan LaFrance, Kyle Dingwall, Luke Whitaker, Joey Ladisser, Kerry Torrance, Jan Boussier, and Steve Bernard are drivers that have won. And Brian McDonald is backing that car away.
It looks like just the side body panel as the officials looking over the front end for him.
checking out that ride, and he may elect to take that car back to pit road to assess the damage. Crew Chief Shane Borgon will assess the damage, and flat left front tire is about the worst I see on that car, so they'll take a look at it. They ain't got very far to go with the pit area. They're right there by pit road, so he can just wheel it in there, and if they can get that machine put back together, see Shane right at the edge of pit road assessing the damage, and they're headed over there down there to work on it. Chris Rabby's front end right up into the frame and cage, or ended up into the cage area of Cale Robidoux, and we'll see. Hopefully these drivers will be able to get back and ready to go. It's points leader Chris Rabby is coming into tonight. He's also the point leader at Mohawk. Checking out the season for Chris Rabby, and last time here at Cornwall ended up in the number 4 spot, but 8 top 5 finishes in his 12 races so far this year. Got his first win on May 24th in the Memorial Cup at Mohawk, followed it up with another feature win last night at Plattsburgh, but not the way to start the night. Is you see the heavy damage there on Cale Robidoux's ride, the Burt Transmissions 46 out of St. Constant, Quebec. Now Corey Wheeler, Tim Fuller, and Lee Lattiser received no damage on their cars, so
luckily they were in front of all of it. And
yes.
As I mentioned, this was for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
And Dwaron Engineering Cup points on the line as well tonight, right through the season in these heat races. So something that man right there walking away back to pit road has won 4 times in his career. No driver has done that, including the last 3 straight. So lots of work to do, and he's got the crew to do it for sure, but going to make for a lengthy night, as it is going to be for Cale Robidoux. Coming up next week here at the Speedway, another great night of racing. We mentioned the Fat Les Chip Stand Canadian National Series, round number 2, 50 laps. The shortest race we've ever had in that series to this day. Of course, 50 laps for the sportsman, $1,000 to win there, and of course 50 laps for the Farnham Ale and Lager Pro Stock Series, and the Daniel Lefebvre Memorial for the Weekend Warrior Mini Stock Series, 25 laps. A lot of laps going to be run next week, Martin.
You forgot to mention for the modifieds, it's 5,000 to win next week. 50 laps, 5,000 to win. So
short distance for extra payday.
Yeah, we see that often up in upstate New York with the other types of series like the Short Track Super Series, that they run shorter events with a pretty hefty purse. So we're trying that next week. See how it unfolds, and we've combined that with the race, not the race for the cure, but with the Canadian National Series sponsored by Fat Les. So I'm pretty sure the 25 guys that are here tonight will be back next week as well. So
absolutely.
Well, we're going to try this again, guys. White flag will come out onto the field. We'll send them around. Looking for a nice clean start in the wired audio zone out of turn number 4. Lee Lattiser and Timmy Fuller will bring them around. Well, Brian Slim McDonald was able to rejoin the field. And he's going to line up outside Corey Wheeler in that 47S Fat Les Chip Stand ride. As we are underway, 10 laps is the distance. Lee Lattiser leads him down the front stretch. Here comes Timmy Fuller on the outside with the 19. St. Lawrence Radiology ride Goes around the outside of Lee Ladisser, and Fuller takes over the lead. Brian Slim McDonald into the number 3 position, just ahead of Corey Wheeler with the 47S. Michel Labreche rounding out the back of the field with the 99. Now Fuller starting to pull away from Lee Ladisser in the 88 Jim's Performance Plus ride. Ladisser closing that gap just a little bit down the backstretch. Brian Slim McDonald keeping it close as well. Cuts a good corner through 3 and 4. Closes the gap on the 88 of Lee Ladisser. Now Wheeler trying to close the gap with McDonald for that number 3 spot. Timmy Fuller's got it on cruise control. Turning very steady laps, 13.775, his best lap so far. That last lap, as we come to the halfway point, 5 laps in, 5 to go for the 19 of Timmy Fuller, St. Lawrence Radiology. And again, a quicker lap of the 13.77. So Timmy Fuller's got it dialed in with the 19, getting faster as they go along. Lee Ladisser continuing to hang on to second place. Brian Slim McDonald, the 151 KB, trying to close that gap. Dives down to the bottom through 3 and 4. It's not going to be enough this time. Still trying to close the gap. 3 laps to go. Timmy Fuller down the backstretch with the number 19. This time by the flag stand. It'll be 2 laps to go in the second of 3 loud and dirty modified heats. Duato Engineering Cup points on the line as well, as this time around Timmy Fuller and the 19-year leader will be shown the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Brian Slim McDonald doing everything he can to try to close the gap with Lee Ladisser in the number 88. He's going to try coming down the backstretch. Timmy Fuller's going to take the heat win, and McDonald one last push, and it's just not going to be enough as Lee Ladisser will take second of the Jim's Performance Plus ride. Then is Brian Slim McDonald in the 151 KB West Front Construction ride. He'll take third. And Corey Wheeler in the 47S Fat Les Chip Stand ride will round out in the number 4 position. But no stranger to the checkered flag here. It's the St. Lawrence Radiology ride, the number 19 of Timmy Fuller. Every time Tim comes to Cornwall, he seems to win either at least a heat or the feature itself. We've seen him come over when we had that big race last year with the largest payout that we've ever had. And Timmy said, I'm here for the money.
Yeah, he told me this year, he said the performance on the team, he says he just doesn't feel like he's been running good lately, but maybe this is something that'll turn it around for him. Is a heat win, it's a win of some sort, so maybe this is a turning point in his season. Is Heat 3 ready to go?
Yeah, for sure he'll be a contender here tonight with the redraws. He'll be in the top 6, top 7 drivers to start into the feature. So final 8 of the evening. Joey Ledsaw will start first with Chris Urbison and Marc Terrien Carey Terrence on the second row. Danny Gagné, Louis Jackson, Tristan Draper, and Kevin Amel. Green flag is out. Chris Urbison to the lead. Louis Jackson issues in turn number 2. Yellow flag is out. Jaune est donné pour Louis Jackson. Des ennuis dans le tournant numéro 2. Is able to continue. White flag will be displayed. Le blanc sera donné. Urbison, father-son duo are here tonight. Chris with the modifieds, Jarrett with the sportsman, regular at Brockville, but they often visit us when we have the special events. Good practice for next week as well. Both division having 50-lap events, as Tim mentioned earlier. We're back to green. On est de retour au vert. Great start for Chris Urbison over Joey Ledsaw. Carey Terrence in third. Thierry, Danny Gagné, your top 5, but Tristan Draper seems pretty strong as well. Takes that 5th position over Danny Gagné. Issues with Louis Jackson Jr. Same issue in the turn, and number 1 car pushes a lot. We'll head to the pit to verify that. But right now, it's all Chris Urbison in the lead, but Joel Edsar remains close to him. Gary Terrence in 3rd, and Marc Thierry and Danny Gagné, your top 5 right now. We'll be at halfway point, mi-course. Chris Urbison, toujours votre meneur. Devant Joel Edsar et Gary Terrence. Marc Thierry, Danny Gagné, votre top 5. Urbison is pulling away from the rest of the field, while Gary Terrence is getting closer to Joel Edsar. Might get a challenge by the end of this heat. A lot of contenders here tonight for this 30-lap event that we'll have later on in the modifieds. A lot of quality cars. But right now, it's all Chris Urbison in heat number 3. We'll have 2 laps to go, 2 tours à faire. Joel Edsar, Gary Terrence en 3e. Marc Thierry, Tristan Draper, Danny Gagné se battent pour la 4e position. Battle right now is for that 4th position between Thierry Gagné and Draper. Paul Hamel in the final position. Kevin Hamel in the final position. Checker flag is out for the 63 of Chris Urbison. Joel Edsar in 2nd, Gary Terrence in 3rd. Marc Thierry gets 4th over Tristan Draper, Danny Gagné, and Kevin Hamel rounds out the field. Solid run for the 63 invading Cornwall tonight. So good round of applause for the 63 of Chris Urbison. Well guys, this wraps up our 8 events for tonight. We'll go a feature time. First of 5 features tonight. The Tracy Wheeler assist to sell is lined up and will be ready to go. So, and after that we'll have our intermission and we'll close out the night with our 4 other features with the Lightning Sprints, Pro Stocks, Modifieds, and Sportsman.
Well, we're getting set to roll out the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Mini Stock feature. Here on this Pioneer Hybrid sponsored evening. Big hello to all the folks from Pioneer over in the VIP booth. I was over there earlier to get the names of the trophy presenters, and everyone looked like they were having a pretty good time over there. JC Bouchard in the 30B will lead them away. The 23D of Sean Duval. 2X of James Clark. Jeremy Goyette in the 67 goes away on the outside of row number 2. Tyler LaMarche in the 22 TJ. Alexis Charbonneau in the 49 outside that 3rd row. Mark Dagenet in the 30. Inside of row number 4 on the outside, the 22J of Justin Jodway. Sebastian Beauregard in the 83. Goes away on the inside of row number 5. 23B of Brandon McMillan on the outside of that 5th row. And the 27 of Thomas McDonald. Set to round out the field. 15 laps is the distance. Tracy Wheeler, Assist to Sell Mini Stock feature. Cornwall Motor Speedway pace truck heads off to the safety of the pit area. Bouchard and Duval will bring them around, and as they come out of turn number 4 at the wired audio zone, we're looking for a nice clean start. And we are underway. The 13 of Duval pulls out a line right away. Sean Duval in the 23D having some problems right off the hop, pulls out of line and allows the rest of the cars to go through. J.C. Bouchard into the early lead. Here comes Charbonneau in the 49 on the outside. Jodouin picking his way through the field as well. And here comes Mark Dagenet down at the bottom of the track with the number 30. He's up to third already, has his sights set on second with the 49 of Alexis Charbonneau. James Clark hanging on to fourth right now. He's got Jeremy Goyette closing up on his back bumper, as well as Justin Jodouin, who won his heat earlier in the 22J. He's closing in down on the bottom, trying to close into the top 5. Bouchard trying to hold off 2 regulars here at the Speedway. As Dagenet and Charbonneau have won their fair share of heats and races here in the last couple of years at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. And J.C. Bouchard, the 30B, down at the bottom of the track, slides up just a little bit. Here comes Dagenet down to the inside with the number 30, the white and red 30. Here comes Charbonneau down to the inside. He's going to try to take away second as well from J.C. Bouchard. Mark Dagenet alone in front already. We've seen this a number of times over the last couple of years. Mark Dagenet in the number 30 in the lead. J.C. Bouchard trying to hold off Alexis Charbonneau. And here comes Justin Jodouin with the 22J. He's up into the number 4 position already. Jodouin started in 8th, finds himself in 4th. Trying to set his sights on 3rd. This time around by the flag stand, they're showing the halfway point. 8 laps in, 7 to go. And the first feature of the evening, the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Mini Stock Division, is we've got yellow as we've got a car off on the backstretch. So that'll bring out the caution. As Dagenet with the hand out the window, letting us know who's in first right now. He's making sure that we know up here that he's in first. The hand out the window. He's letting us know. Martin, he's 30 in the program, but number 1 in your hearts.
He's been showing the hand out the window a lot already to start this year off. 2 wins at Brockville. Has not won here yet, but he's been darn close. Tonight could be the night, but that 22 car is right on his back bumper now, so
he's got Charbonneau on the outside, that 49. He's done his fair share of winning here in the last couple of years as well.
Yeah, 3 wins in a row here last year, about mid-season. Also does well on the big track at Granby on Friday nights in the Sport Compact Division.
Man, that's not what we were looking for, as everybody didn't quite line up the way we want. So we get everyone to bunch it back up, and hopefully we can try it again here. Coming through the 4th corner and the wired audio zone, that's where we want everyone to fire together. Of course, Dagenet is the lead car. He decides who goes first. And we are back underway. Dagenet and Charbonneau pick up that battle where they left off at 1 and 2. And here comes Jodouin. Works himself into that number 3 position. As we mentioned, Justin Jodouin picked up a heat win earlier on. Would love nothing more than to get into the victory circle and take a feature, especially away from those 2 customers in front of him have won a number of races. I've lost count of how many times Mark Dagenet and Charbonneau have won over the past 2 or 3 seasons here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. 5 laps to go this time around. And Jodouin trying to keep it close. Works it down to the inside now with a 49 of Charbonneau. They come together, and Jodway backs off just a little bit through 3 and 4. Now he's going to draft down the front chute and try that move again, diving down to the inside. It might have worked that time. Jodway side by side with Charbonneau down the backstretch for the second place spot, and found himself a hole in 3, and that backs off Justin Jodway just a little bit with 3 laps to go. Marc Dagenet alone in front, but he's got quite the battle going on behind him, and now we've got the cars connected as Charbonneau rolls it over on the backstretch. Oh, he's already out of the car, ladies and gentlemen. How about a round of applause for Alexis Charbonneau? Well, hopefully, Timmy, it went over fairly lightly and might be able to just tip it back over, and Charbonneau can pick up where we left off.
And yeah, it's a tough break there for Alexis Charbonneau. As I mentioned, he had a phenomenal year last year, right here at Cornwall. Had himself one of those seasons that was good enough for a track championship, but there's some late season woes kind of cost him what could have been a point title. Checking out his finishes from last year, as I made a mention, he had won 3 consecutive weeks from May 27th to June 10th of last year, and picked up 4 wins overall on the year, with the final one on August 19th. So it's been a little while since he's been to victory lane here, and you see him walking away with helmet in hand, waving to the crowd, and he is okay. So that's the main thing. They did tip it back over, but obviously heavy damage, too much to continue here tonight.
Well, the 49 of Charbonneau goes on the hook. It'll be pulled pit side, and that'll do it for Charbonneau's evening. But out of that, he had some help. So the 22J of Justin Jodway has been told on the one-way that he will restart from the back of the field. He's got 3 laps to try to make it back up to the front, but a little bit of rough riding on that helped the fellow competitor around. He's been told to go to the back of the field.
Not exactly what the plan was there, as Justin Jodway will have to go to the back. The CJ's Auto Incorporated Gaetan's chip stand ride. So once all the drivers that are running on the racetrack go by, he will fall in at the tail. So there we go. 6 drivers left, 7.
Maybe 7 if we get a push over here.
If LaMarche can get that car going, he'll be the 7th driver in line. That is a team car to Justin Jodway.
Well, not sure if we're going to get Tyler LaMarche fired back up or not. It's getting a push around by the 4-wheeler.
And Tyler LaMarche trying to get it going. His best finish came 2 weeks ago on May 26th when he finished 4th. Tyler did not compete with us last week, and he is going to take that car to pit road. Sebastian Beauregard making his way back out in the number 83.
Well, we've got 3 laps to go. We're coming for green this time around through the wired audio zone. Mark Dagenet leads them around with the 30. And we're back underway. James Clark into the number 2 position now. He's followed there by Jeremy Guyette in the 67. As we mentioned, our second and third place cars were the ones that came together, so that really shakes things up at the head of the pack. 2 laps to go for the 30 of Mark Dagenet. James Clark in the 2X down the backstretch, trying to keep it nice and close with Dagenet as he tries that outside groove. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go here in the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell. First feature of the evening. Dagenet hanging on to it right now. Clark's going to take one last run on the outside. It's not going to be enough. And it's going to be Mark Dagenet, hand out the window in the air with the 30, taking the heat win, or the feature win. And James Clark will finish second with the 2, and Jeremy Goyette with the 67 will round out the top 3. And Timmy, we have our first feature in the books for the evening.
That we do, and first win of the season for this young gentleman here, former champion. A 4th, a 3rd, and a 4th last week, and now in victory lane for the Daewoo racing team. Of course, the man behind him, James Clark, that is his 2nd consecutive runner-up finish. He's going to be getting tired of that very shortly, I can guarantee you that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a demonstration now going on. The Flat Track Canada Nationals Championship Series will be in the Cornwall Motor Speedway on Saturday, August the 3rd. It's going to be something new at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. It's motocross and quads. And we've got a demonstration. We've got a couple of the quads out there right now as they make their way out onto the Cornwall Motor Speedway. And we'll send it down to Martin in the winner's circle. He's got a very happy Mark Dagenet down there.
Yeah, exactly. Always interesting having Mark in the winner's circle. He's going to take a sip of his water. The big man has won his first
feature of the season. A good round of applause for him. The 30 of Mark Dagenet. Toujours content de te voir dans le cirque des vainqueurs, Marc. Ça a pris du temps cette année.
C'est un Mazda. J'ai une chance, pauvre petit gars. Il veut plus m'en voir, Guillaume. Ils vont me payer.
Mais non, sérieusement, Marc, la compétition est forte. Comme tu dis, ta voiture ce soir là, semblait très bonne. Tu as gagné ta qualification avec James Clark là, dans les derniers tours, là, qui t'a donné beaucoup de fil à retordre dans les derniers tours, mais quand même, là, tu dois être content d'avoir gagné ça ce soir.
Faudrait qu'il se mette un muffler. Je l'entendais virer en arrière de moi. Il avait l'air d'une grosse abeille, en tout cas une fois par mois, là, qu'ils disent. Là. Hey, Luc le Lancette, je l'ai gagné, mes petits mollets. Juste pour toi, Pyrénées Disquette, les petits mollets. J'ai dit.
Félicitations, Marc, on va t'en souhaiter d'autres cette saison. Là, toujours un plaisir à gagner ici.
J'avais dit que si je gagnais, je me mariais. Fait que je marie ma conjointe depuis les 9 dernières années. On va se marier. Sonia, je l'ai dit.
Félicitations, mon Marc. Always fun with Mark Dagenet, the winner's circle. He's going to marry his wife, Sonia Pelletier. He said that he's been with her for the last 9 years, so he decided to marry her. So always fun in the winner's circle with that big man. He's really strong, guys.
Thanks a lot, Martin. And you're getting your danger pay this evening. And hey, Superman, you want to go across and help Martin out?
You know, Mark needs to really tone it up in his victory lane demonstrations down there.
I mean, the roof dance just doesn't get it done anymore.
Just
no.
isn't enough. It's the bench pressing of Belanger, and well, who knows? He might even pick that car up over his head if he feels strong enough tonight.
Well, he's going to angle it properly so it gets a good camera angle. He just might pick up the back of the car and slide it around a little.
Now, is this Alessi Charbonneau getting into the picture?
I believe so.
I believe it is.
Yes.
What is he, photobombing? He is.
He's photobombing.
There it is.
Piece in the back.
So he flips the car over, his own car over, and he just photobombs Mark Dash.
Only at the Cornwall Motor Speedway.
I guess.
Are you okay, Martin? No cracked ribs? You're all good?
Well, there you have it. Now, Charbonneau, he's going to get the ride of his life. There we go.
Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a couple of vehicles lining up in the laneway just behind the Cornwall Motor Speedway pace truck. This is what you're going to see here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway on August the 3rd. That's a Saturday night race, so make sure you mark that on your calendar. It's the Flat Track Canadian National Championship Series, motocross and quads. And again, time is to be determined on that. Of course, the 50th anniversary of the Cornwall Motor Speedway, so we're doing something a little different this season, bringing you all kinds of different races here at the Speedway, bringing you the lightning sprints. And of course, we've got ESS and the big blocks and everything else. We're trying to get as much racing here as we can. So the Flat Track Canadian Series will invade the Cornwall Motor Speedway on Saturday, August the 3rd. And let me tell you, I heard a couple of these warming up earlier. There is nothing stock about any of these four-wheelers. Martin Belanger and I were commenting that one of the exhausts on one of these machines looks more expensive than a regular quad or a four-wheeler that you would buy.
Yeah, we should have a few motorcycles as well in the next couple of weeks to come and do some demonstration. We're expecting around 100 bicycle on that Saturday, so we've got 6 tonight, but it's Flat Track Canada, so we'll have a lot of drivers from across the country coming down here. Should be quite spectacular and really something different to see as well on the quarter-mile bull ring here.
Well, Cornwall Motor Speedway pace truck's going to pull off, and well, we got some wheelies going on down the backstretch. We get to see that every now and again with the sprint cars, but not too often with the modifieds. And we're going to give them green here and put on a little demonstration for you folks and watch the speeds that some of these bikes are able to hit. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Just a quick demonstration of what you're going to get on Saturday, August 3rd. And, of course, this track, Martin and Tim, is not what these guys are used to running on. They are used to a dry, slick track. This is a very heavy, tacky track, not really good for quads.
Yeah, exactly. Usually you see these guys slide all around the racetrack, so it will be somebody else that will probably do the track maintenance for them.
Sur le 360 Nitro.tv pour la capsule à toute vitesse avec mon bon ami Martin Mélanger. Salut Martin!
Salut!
Martin, cette semaine, la semaine passée, tu disais qu'on parlerait de certains pilotes qui se sont démarqués dans le courant de la semaine ou de l'année. Là, tu as deux pilotes en Sportman que tu aimerais me parler.
Oui, ben, je vais te parler premièrement de Connor Cleveland. Cleveland, c'est un régulier du côté d'Airborne Speedway. J'ai remarqué hier, 4e victoire pour lui à Airborne. On est seulement au mois de juin. Ça va très bien pour lui. Il est premier d'un point aussi du côté de Malta, aux États-Unis. Cleveland, il y a beaucoup de Québécois qui voyagent du côté d'Airborne le samedi. Donc, c'est un pilote qu'on voit. Puis ceux qui sont habitués de le voir aussi durant Super Dirt Week, c'est la voiture 09, une voiture noire. Là. Ça fait longtemps qu'il roule sa bosse en Sportman. C'est ça, il y a un excellent début de saison jusqu'à date. Puis de le voir courir là-bas, c'est le fun de le voir parce que lui, il fait, je pense, 3-4 heures de route pour venir courir du côté de Airborne le samedi soir. Il est dans la vingtaine, donc c'est quand même un jeune pilote, mais un très bon pilote Sportman. Puis c'est ça, il fait très, très bien du côté d'Airborne avec la majorité de ces pilotes-là dans ce coin-là. Là. Hier encore, je pense qu'il y avait 31 voitures, puis il était chercher sa 4e victoire, donc un très bon début de saison pour lui là-bas. Là.
L'autre pilote?
L'autre pilote, c'est Ryan Scott. C'est un pilote que Steve Briand m'a glissé un mot la semaine passée, puis j'ai regardé les statistiques. Il était invaincu, semblable un petit peu avec Shane Pecor ici. Il était invaincu du côté de Brockville cette saison. 3 victoires, ça fait 3 soirs qu'il course à Brockville. Il a gagné les 3 premières courses. Puis c'est un pilote que j'aimerais, par exemple, voir ailleurs. Parce que c'est un pilote qui course juste à Brockville. On le voit rarement à Mohawk ou ici. J'aimerais ça qu'il sorte un peu voir, qu'il se fasse les dents avec d'autres genres de pistes. Mais il y a quand même des bons pilotes du côté de Brockville, comme un peu partout. Mais non, pour lui, c'est un excellent début de saison. 3 victoires de suite. C'est le champion de la classe là-bas également. Il avait gagné son premier championnat l'année passée. Puis vraiment un gros début de saison là, avec toujours invaincu. Un peu semblable à Pecor ici, là, comme qu'on voit.
Toujours de la belle relève. On espère qu'ils vont graduer.
Oui, exactement.
En parlant de relève, une ancienne relève qui est rendue maintenant dans la ligne, ça fait un petit bout de la ligne majeure. Je trouvais que c'était tranquille de son côté, mais il est en train de revenir à la surface vraiment, c'est Chris Raby.
Oui, l'année passée, ça n'avait pas été sa meilleure saison. Là, surtout ici, là, beaucoup de malchance. Il était toujours dans les 3, 4, 5 premiers, puis là, on cassait, mettons, avec 15-20 tours, là, il disparaissait, on ne le voyait plus. Terminé, je pense, 10e ou 11e dans les points ici l'année passée. Mais cette saison, là, ça va quand même très bien. Jusqu'ici, il a gagné sa 2e victoire hier, sa première à Airborne, mais sa 2e de la saison hier à Airborne. Mais je regardais les points, toutes les 3 pistes qui est régulier, il est premier dans les points. Il est premier dans les points à Mohawk, il est premier dans les points à Airborne, puis il est premier dans les points ici. Ici, il n'a pas encore gagné, mais il est toujours, on le voit, là, le 0-1 dans les 3, 4, 5 premiers. Puis jusqu'à date, là, la constance, ça paie beaucoup. Fait que j'ai comme l'impression qu'ils devraient, on le voit de retour. Là. Ils ont fait des ajustements, on a changé de type de voiture, on a changé de motoriste au cours de l'hiver également. Puis c'est probablement des genres de décisions jusqu'à date qui donnent des dividendes, puis que c'est super bon pour lui. Puis je ne serais pas surpris de le voir là, dans le cercle des vainqueurs prochainement ici à Cornwall. Là.
Il faudrait qu'il rajoute un petit peu de challenge aussi, qu'il vienne peut-être nous faire un petit tour au Québec, nous faire un tour au RPM, oui, pour voir s'il est encore capable de venir battre les gars au RPM. Il me semble qu'il est silencieux. Peut-être qu'il a peur de venir au Québec. Je sais pas, je dis ça comme ça, là, pour le challenger.
Ça va être super. Là.
Martin, des fois dans la vie, il y a des choses inusitées. Oui. Et là, tu veux me parler justement d'une piste de course. C'est assez inusité là, ce que tu vas nous mentionner.
Oui, bien, j'ai vu ça sortir hier sur leur page Facebook. C'est au Badlands Speedway, c'est une piste au Dakota du Nord. Ils ont investi dans les dernières années environ 18 millions dans les infrastructures pour remettre la piste en état. Puis là, les propriétaires ont décidé de la mettre à vendre au coût de 9 millions. Là, ils n'ont pas été capables d'aller chercher un vendeur, un acheteur plutôt pour la piste. Puis ce qu'ils ont décidé de faire, c'est au mois d'août, ils veulent faire une course En sprint 410, probablement sanctionné, ou ils veulent utiliser les règlements des World of Outlaws que j'ai vus. Mais ce qu'ils veulent faire, c'est que chaque pilote doit payer leur droit d'entrée de 200 000 $. C'est beaucoup, beaucoup, beaucoup d'argent. Ils veulent aller chercher un minimum de 18 pilotes. Fait que 18 fois 200 000, 9 millions. Donc, ils rentabiliseraient leur vente de pistes. Mais eux, ce qu'ils feraient en même temps, c'est qu'ils redonneraient... Ce qu'ils veulent faire, c'est que le gagnant de la course deviendrait propriétaire de l'endroit. Donc, deviendrait propriétaire des infrastructures un peu comme ici, mais ça a une valeur marchande de 9 millions. Ça serait le prix le plus gros, le prix qui serait donné le plus gros dans toute l'histoire de la Terre battue, si je pourrais dire. Là, on a vu des 1 million, 2 millions. Mais là, d'une valeur de 9 millions, ça serait vraiment une industrie.
J'espère que le compte de taxes est payé.
Oui, j'espère. Mais moi, ce que je trouve vraiment, ce qu'ils vont aller, j'ai comme l'impression qu'il n'y a pas personne qui va aller, c'est qu'il faut que tu mettes 200 000 pour aller courser. Il y a des grosses équipes de course, mais ça te prend 18 équipes avec les poches extrêmement creuses pour aller chercher ça. Puis ils vont donner d'autres bourses également, mais n'empêche que ils veulent aller chercher ça. Ils veulent aller jusqu'à un maximum de 36 voitures, donc leur but, ce serait de rentabiliser l'investissement qu'ils ont fait il y a quelques années. Le 18 millions qu'ils ont mis, ils aimeraient le rentabiliser au complet. Mais moi, j'ai comme l'impression que c'est un coup de pub qu'ils font là, puis que j'ai comme l'impression que ça n'arrivera pas. Mais c'est flyé. C'est une idée... ils ont lancé une idée sur le mur. Je ne sais pas si ça va coller. On va suivre ça de près. Mais quand j'ai vu ça hier, il faut en parler parce que c'est vraiment inusité, là.
Ben, ça arrêtait. Je sais pas, moi, j'aurais fait une bourse d'1 million, puis ça coûte de temps pour rentrer. Peut-être que... Ben ça... Les choses inusitées ou qui veulent vraiment se débarrasser de la piste de course.
J'ai l'impression qu'ils veulent se débarrasser de l'endroit, puis c'est leur façon à eux de le faire, mais il n'y a aucun risque pratiquement pour eux parce que s'ils ont les 18 voitures, oui, c'est sûr qu'il y a des dépenses, mais ils vont peut-être perdre 100 000, faire les coûts d'opération, tout ça pour cette soirée-là. Mais veut pas, la place serait probablement en pleine. Vous venez voir probablement les 18 meilleurs pilotes ou les 18 qui sont les plus fortunés, venez courir en sprint 410. Ça serait le fun de voir ça, mais j'ai comme l'impression que ça n'arrivera pas. Là.
Ça suit. Hey, merci Martin. Bonne soirée. Et voilà, nous sommes à la capsule de toute vitesse, le 363.tv. Tu ne veux pas manquer ça.
Vous êtes en compagnie de Brian Le Fouineur. Le Fouineur, ben, vous le savez, hein, je suis partout, je veux savoir c'est quoi qui se passe. Là, présentement, il y a l'équipe du 8 qui est là-bas. On va aller les voir, on va aller les rencontrer. On va leur demander ouais, c'est quoi qui se passe en ce moment, la veille comme ça d'une course, une course de 25 tours à soir. Hey, Marc, qu'est-ce que tu fais dans le dessous de la voiture comme ça?
On essaye de finir de réparer les cassures de la semaine passée.
Non, ben non. Ta voiture était flambant neuve, il n'y avait rien à faire dessus.
Ouais,
écoute.
On en a trouvé.
Mais avec ta gang de jeunes, ça t'a aidé un peu?
Ah, ça nous a aidé, c'est sûr, mais on a passé plusieurs heures à travailler après ça en masse. Ouais.
Ben là, moi, c'est pas toi que je veux savoir. Là, moi, là, je vais avoir plus d'informations de ta femme, Josée. Okay. Ta femme, Josée, là, elle est fidèle aux courses à tous les semaines. Ah ouais, donc. Oui. Qu'est-ce que tu fais ici, Josée, un dimanche comme ça?
Un dimanche, je sais pas. Pour moi, j'ai pas de vie, je pense. Je sais pas. Ben non, j'aime ça. J'aime ça autant que lui, sinon plus.
Hey, ça fait combien d'années que ça dure?
12, 13 ans, ce projet-là, là, 12, 13 ans, là, quelque chose comme ça. Depuis 2006.
Incroyable. Marc, tu le connais, oui. Tu travailles avec lui même, vous vivez ensemble, tu sais que c'est un bon gars, Marc, parce que tu vis avec.
Ouais.
Mais sur la piste, comment il est sur la piste? Puis quand ça va pas, est-ce que tu ramasses les pots cassés ou quoi?
Il est très patient. Il est patient sur la piste. Peut-être plus que moi assis dans les estrades, parce que des fois, je ferais comme... Mais non, il est très patient, je trouve. Puis,
comment tu fais ça?
Non, je le ferai pas. Ouais, non, il est très patient, puis... en tout cas, moi, je le trouve bon, c'est sûr. On trouve tous nos chums bons. Ouais. Je le trouve gentleman aussi.
Mais là c'est la fête des pères, mais il y a beaucoup d'enfants, lui, là?
Nous, on a 5 enfants.
Oui.
Plus, tu vas voir les jeunes, ils vont tout arriver. C'est comme un deuxième père à plusieurs. Ouais. Fait qu'on va fêter ça à soir en grand, toute la gang ensemble.
C'est pas diable? Ou une victoire?
J'aimerais bien ça. Ça ferait du bien. Oui, ça ferait bien du bien. Surtout après la semaine qu'ils viennent d'avoir. Pas juste travailler dans le jour parce que les examens sont commencés à l'école. Fait que les soirées jusqu'à 10-11 heures le soir. Puis le lendemain, les jeunes, il y avait un examen. C'est difficile.
Hey, merci beaucoup, José. Puis à soir, c'est quoi tu souhaites là, à ton vieux? Là?
Une victoire, absolument.
Puis s'il n'y a pas de victoire, c'est quoi qui se passe? Là?
Pas d'accident comme la semaine passée.
C'est juste ça que tu veux.
Je veux juste ça, pas ça. Non. Oui, merci.
Merci. Vous êtes toujours avec Brian Le Fouineur. Brian Le Fouineur, il veut savoir des scoops. On va aller voir ici c'est quoi qui se passe dans le trailer, dans la remorque à Paul Saint-Sauveur. Paul Saint-Sauveur, il nous a dit qu'il s'embarquait dans un projet de fou.
Oui.
C'est-tu toujours comme... Ça marche-tu toujours ou quoi? Ou bien là, c'est une course à la fois, mon Paul?
De quel projet tu parles, là?
On parle de la série Gros Bloc. T'es supposé de la faire au complet.
Oui. À date, tout continue.
Oui.
On n'a pas été chanceux à Wade-Sport, le dernier coup. C'est de valeur parce qu'on avait fait le 6e temps dans notre groupe Sud-10. On était bien contents. On était sûr de le faire l'année dernière. Mais non, on continue, puis on espère que la chance va être un petit peu de mon côté, là, qu'on puisse avoir du fun.
Et puis là, surtout, il y en a une grosse là, qui s'en vient le 25 juin. C'est le spectacle de Breton. Tous les gros noms vont être là.
Oui. Mon nom est assez long, pareil, mais oui, Saint-Sauveur, c'est long. Ça fait un gros nom.
Oui.
OK.
Ouais.
Non, mais là, je sais que ça n'a pas trop d'allure, mais on a du fun.
Es-tu chrétien?
Oui, le curé. non, mais face à Paul, je suis bien content. C'est de la folie un peu, oui, mais on a du fun. On va en faire le plus possible, tout si on est capable. Puis là, si on peut commencer parce que là, bientôt, on s'en vient dans le coin. Hein? Puis on n'a pas de tour de fête. Je dois avoir 40 tours, le gros bloc de fête. 40 tours. T'as-tu idée que c'est rien? Hein?
Parce qu'il y en a d'autres qui ont déjà...
Ils tournent à tous les semaines. Là, fait que là, moi... mais en tout cas, on va souhaiter que ça se place. Là, puis...
Mais là, Paul, là, à soir, qu'est-ce que tu viens faire ici, à Cornwall? Y a-t-il quelque chose que...
Je m'ennuyais.
Ah, okay.
Je m'ennuyais. Non, mais en réalité, on voulait... ça allait bien mal vendredi passé à Granby. Fait qu'on a fait des changements de suspension. Et puis, en même temps, on a mis un super... engin nucléaire dedans. Fait que on vient de l'essayer pour voir si ça coule pas, puis si tout est beau en même temps. Pourquoi pas? Puis on n'a pas coursé en fin de semaine. Fait que ça fait bien qu'on vienne ici. J'aime bien la famille Laverne, tout ça, puis Cornwall, j'aime bien ça. Fait que non, bien content.
Ah oui, parce que tu as coursé dans les années passées ici, là.
Oui. On est venu pas comme qu'on aurait voulu, là. Mais à un moment donné, tu vois les scènes, tu vois la face, tu vois comment on maigrit. Fait qu'à un moment donné, il faut modérer.
Tu n'en as pas à perdre, hein?
Pas tellement. En tout cas, on n'a pas de trouble avec le poids, c'est le char. Il n'y a pas de problème, on le met où ce qu'on veut. Puis
c'est ça la beauté.
Oui, ben c'est ça qui est le fun.
Oui, puis ta voiture est impeccable, elle n'est même pas bossée.
Ben non, quand il mouille, il n'y a aucune... ça va très bien. non, je fais des farces. On a une coupe de courses de fête, mais on est en problème un peu. Là on espère que ça va se placer.
Mais là, es-tu en train de me dire que c'est réalisable pour une équipe qui a plus ou moins de budget, de peut-être faire une série complète en gros bloc? T'es-tu en train de démontrer aux gens là, que oui, c'est possible?
Bien, m'a dit, là, faut commencer à se qualifier. Premièrement, là, c'est dur, mais l'autre fois, on y était quasiment, on t'approche, là, tu sais. Mettons 6 sur 10, la qualif aurait été dans Concy. Peut-être que j'aurais été pas trop loin ou ben non capable d'embarquer. Si j'embarque, même si ça soit 26, là, peu importe, là, nous autres, on va rouler tranquillement avec ça. Puis, j'ai un bon moteur. Stéphane m'a fait un moteur, c'est effrayant. Là. Vraiment un bon moteur. Stéphane Michaud, là, RPM Michaud, pour ceux qui... Ouais. Il m'a fait un super moteur. Notre char va assez bien. Bon. Mais non, le budget, m'a dit, c'est plus le temps que toutes les équipes, peut-être, peuvent avoir de la misère à avoir. C'est le temps. Okay. Parce que... écoute, si on se rend, puis on se qualifie, puis on embarque, puis tu sais, qu'est-ce que ça donne, tout ça, on paye le gaz dans le pick-up, les patentes, c'est pas pire qu'aller courser un peu partout, là. Mais le temps, tu sais, on part courser le show à Breton, là, c'est un mardi. Là. Exact, là, le mardi, ça fait pas full dans le trailer, là. Non. Ben, c'est ça, fait que c'est plus difficile. Mais une fois dans notre vie, on va le faire, on va l'essayer, on va faire de notre mieux, puis on s'amuse avec ça. Puis après ça, ben, On a retracé la place pour ceux qui vont dire « Hey, oh, il l'a fait, lui, puis tu sais. »
Mais ça se planifie. Hey, là, t'as dû booker tes motels, tes endroits. Puis...
Ah oui, j'ai booké 17 hôtels, je pense, à date. Puis, je sais pas... non, c'est bien le fun. Quand tu fais ça, tu checkes ça. Bon, ben là, on va aller là, on va aller là. Puis, il y a des hôtels, des fois, que ça va être un petit peu plus miteux. Il y a d'autres hôtels, ça va être mieux. Mais en tout cas, c'est un trip, c'est un beau trip.
Ben oui, puis moi, je veux savoir, là, un Paul Saint-Sauveur qui se retrouve aux États-Unis, sur une piste qu'il n'a jamais coursée, qui se retrouve à côté d'un Shepherd, à côté d'un Fowler, à côté d'un McCready, supposons, là, tu sais, là, un Friesen.
Ah, la première qualif qu'on a faite, là, est partie pas loin de Billy Decker puis Manning. Me disait... C'est Paul, qu'est-ce que tu fais ici? J'en revenais pas. Moi, je tripais au bout, là. J'avais tout ce qu'il faut, j'avais beau char, il n'y a pas de
il y en a plusieurs qui se posent la question, qu'est-ce que tu fais là?
C'est ça, je m'amuse. Je m'amuse. Qui peut dire non, ça me tente pas de faire ça? T'sais, au contraire, si tu as la chance puis tu peux y aller, tant mieux. Tu essayes ça une fois dans ta vie. Puis en plus, on a du fun. Les Américains là, sont super avec nous autres. Il y a plein de monde qui vient nous voir. Ils prennent des photos avec nous autres et ils disent merci d'avoir fait de la route pour venir courser ici. J'en reviens pas, je te dis. Ils sont
puis surtout ton anglais, ça va bien ton anglais, toi?
Mon anglais, yes, no, pataboy, c'est parfait. Non, mais...
Green.
Oh oui, du mal que je comprends ce qu'il me dit, c'est parfait. Puis, non, le monde est bien smart. Dirt, là, et pas un mot à dire, ils sont super smart avec nous autres. T'sais, ils savent bien que m'a roché tout l'été, m'a de la misère, tout ça. Mais on fait de notre mieux. Plus m'a me donner un char qui va aller, pas pire, tu vas être capable de me rapprocher.
Voilà. Hey, bonne chance, on te regarde aller, mon Paul, amuse-toi.
Ah, merci beaucoup, vous êtes bien gentil. À la prochaine.
Salut, mon Paul.
Merci.
Vous êtes en compagnie de Steve Briand pour, bien sûr, 360 nitro.co, le fouineur. Mais là, moi, ce que je veux savoir, là, c'est quoi? C'est le secret ici dans la poutine?
Ah, peut-être, mais c'est rare. C'est plus lui qui mange de la poutine d'habitude. Mais là, je me suis laissé tenter.
Ah, mais c'est pas toi, ça.
T'as pas de ketchup. C'est le ketchup.
Ah, tout est dans le ketchup? OK.
Ah, c'est peut-être ça. Mais là, à soir, ça va-tu prendre du ketchup pour aller en avant ou quoi, là?
Non, je pense pas. Pour de vrai, on semble avoir une bonne voiture depuis quelques courses. Puis on avait des troubles de frein, puis on avait le moteur qui chauffait depuis 2 courses. Fait que c'est pour ça qu'on est ici ce soir. On voulait pratiquer avant de retourner à Granby puis Drummond. Fait qu'en même temps, on va souhaiter qu'on va avoir une bonne performance. Puis ça serait le fun de revenir avec une victoire.
Steve Bernard ici à Cornwall, la famille Lavigne ne peut pas demander mieux.
Ouais, je sais pas, mais en tout cas, ça fait un char de plus, puis je suis sûr qu'on va avoir du plaisir, ça c'est certain.
Hey, la victoire, elle va-tu venir un jour ou quoi, là? Je te mets de la pression, mon Steve, là.
Ben, pas tant, on en a eu une à Drummond.
Ah, je l'ai manqué, celle-là?
Ouais, on a gagné à Drummond, on a fini 2 à Granby. Fait que,
c'est proche?
Ouais, non, je te dirais que... on n'est pas loin, on sent que la voiture est bonne, mais comme je te dis, la dernière week-end, là, on a eu des problèmes freins puis chauffés. Fait qu'on pense qu'on a réglé tout ça, puis si tout ça est réglé, là, ça devrait être bon.
Fait que là, on devrait avoir un Steve Bernard à sa plus haute marche du podium.
Oui, on va l'espérer.
Là, ce soir, on essaie quoi? On est monté avec deux pilotes. On fait toujours équipe ensemble ou quoi? Il n'y en a pas un qui se sépare de l'autre ou quoi?
Ben, en fait, on travaille toujours ensemble, mais Evan ne venait pas à toutes les courses, mais on n'a pas couru de la fin de semaine. Fait que j'ai demandé à Evan si il tentait de venir courir à Cornwall, puis il a dit oui. Fait que on embarque, puis go.
Ça a l'air simple, Evan. On organise ça de même. Un coup de téléphone, let's go, on part, on y va.
Ben, les autos étaient déjà toutes prêtes. Pour faire une course de plus, on monte déjà à 2 camions souvent. On était déjà trop pour un camion. Fait qu'on a décidé de monter, puis l'équipe a suivi, puis tout le monde aime ça. Fait qu'on vient courser.
Là, à soir, ici, tu as coursé assez souvent. On t'a vu performer ici à Cornwall, mais c'est une piste qui... C'est pas au Québec, ici. Là. Les pilotes sont différents, là.
Ah, c'est sûr que c'est différent. Je te dirais qu'il y a autant de compétition qu'au Québec. Faut juste apprendre à tourner ici. Tu sais, les gars ont plus d'expérience, certains, sur cette piste-là. Nous, il nous manque une coupe de tours. On a pris de l'expérience depuis l'an passé. Fait que j'ai bien hâte de voir. Puis si la piste est un peu collante, pas trop sèche, ben je crois qu'on a des chances de se rendre en avant puis de se battre avec les meilleurs ici, là.
Je t'écoute parler, là. On dirait que tu as du Steve dans toi. Il me semble c'est des réponses déjà toutes préparées d'avance, ça.
Ah non. C'est préparé au fur et à mesure que tu me poses la question.
Mais là, il mange la poutine, c'est à cause de toi?
Ben, je sais pas, peut-être qu'il essaye de manger une poutine pour prendre un peu plus de poids. Parce que moi, je me dis tout le temps que sinon, à balance, je fais pas qu'il me manque une livre. Fait que je mange une poutine ou deux par soir, puis ça m'aide.
Ouais, mais c'est plus facile à rajouter du poids que d'en avoir trop.
Ben oui, on en a toujours trop, mais on passe tout le temps à la poutine. C'est un incontournable quand je viens aux courses. Si je mange pas ma poutine, ça ira pas bien, là.
Parce que la poutine de Drummond, puis la poutine au Québec, la Victoriaville, un peu partout, puis la poutine ici à Cornwall, là, est différente un peu.
Ben, en tout cas, je peux vous dire qu'elle est déjà meilleure à Cornwall qu'à Drummondville, donc ça vous aide. Parce qu'à Drummond, elle n'est pas mangeable, mais à Granby, elle est bonne.
Un gros merci.
Merci à toi.
Vous êtes en compagnie de Brian Le Fouineur. Le Fouineur veut savoir un peu des scoops comme tel. Je suis en compagnie du boss de l'équipe, Daniel.
Le boss.
Le boss, oui. On te surnomme le boss avec l'équipe de Tim Fowler. Ça fait combien d'années que tu es avec?
Ben, Tim, ça fait 21 ans.
Incroyable. Ben, c'est-tu lui ou ben non, c'est toi? C'est qui, là, les deux, là, qui s'endurent?
Oh, pour moi, c'est lui qui m'endure.
Mais là,
il n'y a pas le choix, il y a juste moi.
Il n'y a pas une grosse équipe, hein, Tim?
Non, il reste trop loin, puis trop... Il n'y a pas de population alentour.
Oui, pour le supporter comme tel.
Ouais.
Mais là, dis-moi donc, là, on veut savoir, c'est quoi qui se passe avec Tim Fowler? Il n'a pas remporté une seule victoire encore cette saison.
Ça s'en vient. Il ne faut pas se décourager.
Mais ils disent tout ça. Mais là, cette année, là, il est allé courir à Brockville. C'est pas son choix, aller à Brockville, mais par contre, c'est plus proche.
C'est plus proche que lui, 45 minutes.
C'est pour ça. Fait qu'ils ont fait un échange avec Maresca.
D'après moi, là, c'est...
C'est qui décide? C'est le boss en haut?
C'est probablement lui, oui. C'est probablement lui. Toi, là, hier soir, on ne savait pas si on venait au site. Okay. À midi, il m'a appelé et puis on s'en vient ici.
Ah, donc, Tim Fowler va être ici ce soir?
Ah oui, si lui, il n'est pas ici, moi, je ne suis pas ici.
Oui, tant qu'à ça.
Mon bicycle est en train de partir. Fait qu'il m'a appelé, je travaillais après mon bicycle.
Non.
Ma moto, puis correct. Si tu y vas, il va.
Hey, pour un gars de bicycle, tu lâches ton bicycle pour venir aux courses.
Hey, j'ai pas mauvais choix. L'année passée, il fait être 200 km.
Ouais, mais là, l'année passée, Daniel, tu t'es acheté un beau Winnebago, une roulotte.
Une roulotte, oui.
Ça aide pour aller aux courses?
Oui, ça l'aide. Puis je ne l'ai pas pris en fin de semaine, puis je le regrette.
Ah oui?
Oui, parce qu'il était à Brockville pour rien. Oui. Mais tu sais, les photos sur Internet, là, il était belle, là, tout était beau. On est arrivé là, il ne mouillait pas non plus, c'était correct.
Ah oui, hein?
Mais c'est pas, on est reparti vendredi comme d'habitude avec de la roulotte.
Oui, oui.
Elle est restée là le matin, quand il m'a appelé, elle a réussi à passer à la porte.
Oui, oui.
Oui. Fait que là, il est retourné chez nous hier soir, il est revenu cet matin.
Hey, là, mais on veut savoir, moi je veux savoir, Tim Fowler, là, qui est Tim Fowler? Il a l'air tellement patient, il parle pas beaucoup.
Il parle pas beaucoup, c'est un gars qui est bien joker.
Oui?
Ah oui, c'est un jouer puis jouer, là, mais c'est un gars gêné.
Ah oui?
Puis, tu sais, des fois, comment je dirais ça? Tu sais, des fois, on parle en français, moi puis toi.
Ouais.
Des fois, le monde, il pense qu'on parle en mal d'eux autres.
Okay.
C'est anglais.
Ouais.
Là, j'ai appris ça avec le temps quand c'était de même.
Puis là, tu le rassures, tu dis, on parle pas en mal de Tim Fowler.
Jamais. Jamais.
Okay. Mais un gars comme Tim Fowler qui a connu de courir en late modèle avec les meilleurs, puis se retrouve en 3,58 et non pas en gros bloc.
On va faire les gros blocs la semaine prochaine. La semaine prochaine, on a une dizaine en ligne. Là.
Une dizaine en ligne. Mais il fait pas la série au complet.
Ah, ça, on sait jamais. On sait jamais. On sait, moi, je ne ferai pas, parce que je ne ferai pas aller à Eldora puis à l'autre, Sharon. Okay. Mais ça risque que ça parte bien, et après ça va y aller.
Hey, un gros merci, puis je te laisse aller. Là, Tim s'en vient, là, si tu veux travailler sur sa voiture. Merci, Daniel.
Merci.
Vous êtes sur 360nitro.tv en compagnie de Gilles Godard. Pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas, Brian Le Fouineur va aller aller chercher un peu d'informations. On ne voit pas ces pistes de course. C'est quoi qui se passe, là?
Non, on se cache plutôt dans le boost en haut. Là. Je regarde les courses, puis là, je viens jaser avec mes amis de course. Là. Corey,
tu vas prendre la bière en haut?
Une coupe, 2-3. Là, à part de ça, je viens dans le pit, je jase avec mes chums de course, là, puis j'ai du fun. Là,
Et moi, j'ai entendu dire que tu sortirais peut-être la semaine prochaine si tout va bien en Pro Stock.
Oui, avec une des voitures à Rock encore, à Cobain. Là, il va me prêter une voiture encore. Je pense que c'est un 50 tours, là, une série spéciale que Dave Seguin organise, je pense. Puis, en tout cas, il m'a demandé de conduire sa voiture. Bien, il veut toujours avoir plus de voitures, Rock. Parce qu'en fait, il n'y a pas un gros compte de voitures Pro Stock, puis ça serait bon qu'il y en ait d'autres. Fait que j'ai dit oui, certain. Mais...
Puis là, toi, ce que tu veux, c'est de battre Rock Aubin, c'est bien évident.
Bien, j'aimerais ça bien battre tout le monde, mais là, j'en viens moins bon avec mon âge. Là, fait qu'ils sont pas mal bons, eux autres. Fait que si je peux les battre, je vais être heureux.
Et en sportsman, peut-être avec Billy Cook, quelque chose de même, ça serait peut-être pas pire, ça. Ouais. L'année passée, on t'a vu courir pour lui.
Oui, Billy m'a parlé cette année, puis il disait qu'il y avait une voiture prête pour moi pour Cornwall si je veux conduire. Fait que après que je fasse la fête Pro Stock, je vais peut-être faire une coupe de course de sportsman. C'est que c'est le fun.
Fait que, on va sans doute te voir sur le podium la semaine prochaine.
Bien, je pense que oui. Là, écoute, c'est l'équipement à Rock Aubin que je conduis. Là. C'est de la bonne équipement, ça. Là.
Bonne chance.
Merci.
Vous êtes en compagnie du fouineur. On va aller chercher des potins. J'en vois 2 pilotes là, qui se parlent entre eux autres. On va aller voir c'est quoi qu'ils se disent, entre autres. J'ai 2 pilotes à côté de moi. Là, je me demande, c'est quoi vous vous dites, là?
Ouais, c'est ça. On parlera pas de ce qu'on se dit.
Ah non, ça se dit pas?
Pas courir à Brabadlock.
Tu dis-tu, c'est moi qui vais gagner?
Non, on était en train de voir qui était le plus chanceux dans la dernière année, qui avait eu le moins de bad luck.
Ouais. Puis c'est qui?
Ah, c'était Pascal.
C'est toi qui as eu moins de bad luck?
Ouais. Ouais, j'étais découragé pour lui, il y a 2 ans, puis l'année passée, ça a été moi, une coupe de programme qui a eu des bad luck. Je disais, ça avait bien été depuis l'année passée. C'est un peu de ça qu'on parlait.
Bon. Puis la conjointe, sans doute, là?
Je faisais juste les écouter.
Ah, toi, ce que le mari dit, tu fais juste approuver, c'est ça?
Des fois. Mais aujourd'hui, oui.
Ouais, parce que ça a fait des pères?
Hey, tout à fait.
Là, c'est le temps, là, tu peux souhaiter, là, bonne fête, là.
Ah, c'est déjà fait.
Non, mais on n'a pas vu ça encore, là.
Ah, bonne fête des pères, chérie, mais c'est pas mon père.
Non, mais...
Que ce soit mes enfants qui souhaitent.
C'est un bon père.
Oh, tout à fait. Oh, tout à fait.
Puis ça pisse, comment il est?
Il est excellent. C'est le meilleur.
Pascal, elle a dit que c'est le meilleur. Crois-tu ça, toi?
Ah, oui. Moi aussi, je suis le meilleur.
Bon, parle-moi de ça. De ça. Hey, un petit scoop à soir, là. Toi, là, avec une belle victoire que tu as eue à Place Bosch, là, ici, là, c'est dans ta poche, là, ici?
Non. J'ai de la misère à avoir du succès à Cornwall, fait que j'espère qu'à soir, ça va quand même bien aller. Okay. J'ai été souvent dans des positions de podium, puis je me suis fait avoir dans les derniers tours, fait qu'à soir, j'aimerais ça, si on réussit en avant, d'être capable de rester en avant.
Ouais. Puis toi, ça va bien hein, pour le championnat, t'es bien placé?
Ah, je ne peux pas regarder les points au championnat encore. Moi, j'étais...
Hey!
Non, c'est vrai. C'est vrai. J'adore Cornwall. Mais je quand même...
Hey, tu changes de sujet vite fait, là. Hey, faire croire qu'un pilote ne regarde pas le classement.
Ah, ben il y a de bonheur dans la saison. Ça a le temps de changer vitement.
Oui, hein, tu connais la game. Hein?
Oui.
Un gros merci, puis bonne soirée, les boys. Merci.
search myself, the mirrors of my life, down around the road to anywhere. Standing in front of you, things I left behind. Someday this broken heart will heal. You help me through the night. There's nothing we can do. Reflections in my mind. There's a road to go through. All the world to fly away. Bring my love back home to stay. All the world to fly away. Bring my love back home. And tell me what it takes to take you home. I wanna know how everything went wrong. You're far from turning back. You help me through the night. There's nothing we can do. Reflection in my mind. There's a road to go through. All the world to fly away. Bring my love back home to stay. I'll fly.
Feel like you're it's louder than inside your home. And we all have our reasons, but you can't be feeling everything. I've lost my mind. This is the last time. This is the last time. So where do we go from here? 'Cause I can't make it all just disappear. I tried to be whatever you wanted, but we can't confront it, 'cause we don't know where to begin. And we fall back on our tops, both lose our minds, scream and yell again. And we wake up in the morning, we try to move on, but the cycle starts again. Starts again. I don't wanna be anything but everything. I've lost my mind. This is the last time. Again. I don't wanna be anything but everything. I've lost my mind. This is the last time. Again. It starts again.
Threadbare ships flowing against the current, passing each other in the night. Misty memories sigh beneath the galley's cries. From the bowsprit hangs the only light.
Lightning sprints passing sometimes 3, 4, even 5 wide if they've got the space to do it.
That is exactly it, and we are ready to go racing. Francis La Liberté in the 427 on point. Mikel Benoit in the 25 alongside. Jordan Poirier, the 28, along with Pascal Levesque in the 3. Terry Laddiser, 74, with Tommy Morrow in the 22. Jeffrey Ware in the 88. Matthew Bardier goes 8th in the 19. Raphael Levesque in the 4X, along with Yves Girard in car number 21. Yannick Poirier in the 28P. Xavier Lozon in the 96. Eric Miro in the 72. Skylar Laddiser in the 23L. Guillaume Moulette. Louis-Charles Lalonde, Yann Beaupré, and Stéphane Bergeron, your 18-car field. 25 laps, green lights are on, we're off and running as they head down the back straightaway first time. Saint Victoire de Sorel, Quebec's Francis La Liberté in the lead. Jordan Poirier holds the 2 spot, 19 of Matthew Bardier to the top lane as Benoit on the 25 dicing it up with Tommy Morrow for position number 4. Look at Matthew Bardier going up on the top lane down the front straightaway in lap number 2. Bardier with the high lane, but Jordan Poirier able to take away the 2 spot as they work in traffic already. La Liberté, he's had his fair share of struggles so far in 2019. Looking to turn it around here tonight as they work it down the back straightaway. The last time he was here, he had a top 10 finish. Looking strong in the early going. 3 laps and down. We got a problem on the back straightaway. One car moving very slow. It's Louis-Charles Lalonde in car number 97. He'll make his way to pit road out of harm's way. Meanwhile, good battle going on amongst the top 3. It's La Liberté in control. Jordan Poirier, Matthew Bardier. That's your top 3. 25 and Mikel Benoit holding on to 4th. Tommy Morrow completes the top 5. 6th is Pascal Levesque in the number 3. Yves Girard is 7th. Xavier Lozon is 8th. 9th, Yannick Poirier. And Terry Laddiser completes your top 10, bringing it down into turn number 1. 6 laps on the board in the scheduled 25-lap contest for the Lightning Sprint. It's a top 3 breakaway at the front of the field right now. Francis La Liberté well in control as Jordan Poirier trying to run him down. He's using a little bit lower line than La Liberté is coming off the corner. And right now, La Liberté has got the momentum going through the middle portion of the speedway as he heads into turn number 1. 8 laps are complete in this 25-lap event. 17 more to go. And the top 2 have made their way towards the back portion of the field as Jordan Poirier sneaking up on the back doorstep of Francis La Liberté into turn number 1. Poirier right there. Matthew Bardier watches from the 3 spot. Meanwhile, Tommy Morrow is going towards the front of the field, battling with Mikel Benoit in the number 25 as they dice it up for 4th and 5th. Here comes lap traffic. Now Jordan Poirier speaks to the low lane, and Jordan Poirier, the new leader, as we complete lap number 10. Now Poirier gets boxed in by the 36 of Yann Beaupré and the 23 of Skylar Laddiser, and Bardier comes into contact with La Liberté into turn number 1. Good battle for the top 3 positions. Matthew Bardier jumps to the high lane. He's going to go to second as they work it into turns 3 and 4. Back down to the line. Look at Matthew Bardier. He's going to the lead down the front straightaway. 12 laps down, Matthew Bardier, 3rd different leader of this event here as they work it down the back stretch. Now Jordan Poirier trying to find the way around Skylar Laddiser, bringing it off the turn halfway down. 13 in, 12 to go, and Matthew Bardier charging away from the field as they work it down the back chute. Into turn number 3 they go. As I'll tell you what, Huey, Matthew Bardier putting a whooping on the field now.
Well, Matthew Bardier on the outside of 3 and 4. I don't even think he lifted. Went around Poirier around the outside and picked up another car. That was Skylar Laddiser on the way through, and now Matthew Bardier all alone in front. Poirier just trying to keep it close. We've got Skylar Laddiser. I believe that's Terry Laddiser with the 74T on the front stretch, slowing it down, and the caution will come out for him. But Timmy, Matthew Bardier, what a move on the outside of 3 and 4. Bardier doesn't even look like he lifted. Just kept his foot in it right around the outside, and of course they were 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. A beautiful pass.
Yeah, and the track is in pristine conditions. I know everyone waited a little bit longer to have these conditions, but it's really strong. And Mathieu Bardier, quite a run. He wants to win this race for sure. He finished second to Poirier the last time, and he wants to win tonight for sure.
I'll tell you, that was a gutsy move to put it on the outside like that. That was right on the edge, and you know, we've seen cars do this many times. You walk that tightrope line at the top of the track, and he nailed it because a little higher, and he would have missed the track altogether.
Barjay is an extremely talented race car driver, of course. Behind the wheel of one of these lightning sprints, he's pretty darn good too, with the exception of Drummond on May 18th. It has been all top 10 runs, including a pair of second place finishes here back on May 26th and at Plattsburgh on June the 8th. So Matthew Barjay is really strong here the last couple of weeks.
Well, if we look at his best lap, that was lap 14.
Aha.
That was a 13.23, and we look at we're at lap 15. So he's one complete lap after that pass, which was his best lap. And like I said, he stood on it. He went in there, and you knew exactly where he was going. Never lifted through 3 and 4, past 2 other cars. And here we go. We've got a quick dash here. It's 10 laps for these guys. We're going to roll through the wired audio zone, looking for a nice clean start. Barjay, the control car, gets to decide when they go. They get on it. And here we go again. Poirier now is going to try to work to the outside. Jordan Poirier with the 28. La Liberté still there with the 427. He's hanging on a third, watching the other 2 cars battle in front of him, waiting for some type of opening. We look back just a little further. Michel Benoit, Pascal Levac battling for 5th, and Barjay out of control, high in turn number 2. And he's going to slow it down on the backstretch. And just as I mentioned, guys, you go up to that top groove, and Matthew Barjay just went a little out of the groove and took it off the track high in turn number 2.
Oh, that's a tough night, tough way to end the night. Matthew Barjay, as I mentioned, his worst finish of the year was the opener at Drummond, but unfortunately it's going to get worse here tonight. Francis La Liberté right there in second, and that man only his second year in this division right now. Rookie last year. So he's definitely getting some lessons from Jordan Poirier. Maybe we'll see if the sophomore can take it to victory lane here. We'll see what happens.
Well, Jordan Poirier forced Barjay to turn one of his best laps, and it was Poirier who turned his best lap almost in the 12-second bracket. And we are back underway through the wired audio zone. Poirier picks up right where he left off with the lead. Jordan Poirier, Francis La Liberté right there with him with the 427. Michel Benoit has been running a good race as well with the 25B, and Pascal Levac with the number 3. They are 3rd and 4th. There goes Levac around the outside. He picks up one more spot, gets himself in 3rd. Levac got his sight set on La Liberté, but the yellow will come out again through 3 and 4 at lap number 18. Guillaume Willette having some problems with that number 32 car. But keep an eye on Pascal Levac, Timmy, the number 3 car. Had his sight set on La Liberté. He had a good run on him going through 1 and 2, but caution came out. And he passed Michel Benoit in the 25B for that 3rd spot just a lap ago.
And Pascal Levesque's had a really consistent season. The last time the Lightning Sprints were in action was in Plattsburgh at Plattsburgh Airborne Speedway. Picked up the win there, his first of the season. No repeat winners in 4 events so far for this series, so very competitive. Levesque, all top 5 runs so far this year, guys.
Well, he finds himself in the top 3 right now, and if he can get another run like he did that last lap, he'll be looking at top 2, because he had a good run on La Liberté on the outside, found something up high. I believe that's where Barjay was running earlier, and again, just went a little too high in turn number 2, and looked like Barjay broke something. Now we're looking for a nice clean start at turn number 4. Jordan Poirier gets on the loud pedal first. Down to the inside goes Levac. Levac battling with La Liberté for 2nd spot. A little bit of contact as they come out at 2. La Liberté hanging on a 2nd with a 427. The 3 around the outside. That's Pascal Levac. He's got something for him on the high side. Jordan Poirier trying to pull away. Here comes Levac down the backstretch. Pascal Levac in the number 3. Turning consistent laps now, trying to close the gap. Poirier just trying to close this one out with 5 laps to go. Leaders pulling away from the rest of the field. La Liberté now just trying to keep it close. Levesque turned his best lap. He's into the 12-second bracket. 12.997, and he's closing the gap on Poirier. There goes Levesque again to the outside. He's found something up there, high through 1 and 2. Pascal Levesque, will he run out of time? He's got 3 laps to go this time around. Jordan Poirier in the 28, hanging out of that bottom groove. Pascal Levesque in the number 3, down the backstretch, still trying to close the gap. Best lap of the race just a couple laps ago by the 3 of Pascal Levesque. 2 to go. Jordan Poirier trying to hang on to it now. Levesque waiting for any kind of a mistake. Lap traffic might come into play with 1 lap to go. Jordan Poirier hanging on to it with the 28. Pascal Levesque still trying to find a way around. Poirier around the lap car. Poirier brings it through 3 and 4 down past the flag stand. It's going to be Jordan Poirier taking the feature win. Pascal Levesque second, and Francis La Liberté in the 4:27 round out your top 3.
What a run for Jordan Poirier. Picks up his 2nd win of the season, and only his 3rd start of the year with the Quebec Lightning Sprints. He's the defending series champion, also won the title in 2016, but Jordan Poirier becomes the first 2-time winner.
Tough to do because he's the first one to do it this season, but
right.
What a run by Pascal Levesque in the number 3 car, finishes 2nd. He was coming on at the end. His fastest lap was the fastest lap of all the cars in the whole race, Timmy.
Yep.
Into the 12-second bracket at 12.99.
Pretty impressive stuff. He's got the talent, and, Pascal, like we talked about, he was always in the top 5 all season long, and he puts another one on the board. He's finished in every position in the top 5 this year as well.
But we got Skylar Lattiser. If we look at the list here, Timmy, and what's that number right there beside Skylar Lattiser?
That magic number is 12, and darn it, he's knocking on the door for a top 10. Sooner or later it's going to happen. 4th time in a row.
4th time in a row finishing in the 12 position.
That's no lie either. There we're going to go trackside to Martin Belanger with a very happy Jordan Poirier.
Thanks, Tim. Jordan Poirier, 2nd win in a row with the Lightning Sprints here at Cornwall. He won back on May 25th or 26th. Jordan Poirier avait gagné ici il y a quelques semaines, la 2e victoire consécutive pour sa part. Pascal Levesque en 2e et Francis La Liberté 3e. Complète le podium. Pascal Levesque found something in the last few laps, but experience of Jordan Poirier paid off again tonight. And he's out of the car, he's jumping on it. You can hear you, the 28 of Jordan Poirier. Jordan, félicitations. 2e victoire de suite ici à Cornwall. Mathieu Bardier t'a donné beaucoup de fil à retordre. Là, on voyait Pascal Levesque s'en venir dans les derniers tours, mais 2 victoires de suite ici à Cornwall, c'est vraiment ta piste jusqu'à cette saison.
Ouais, une chance qu'on a vu Cornwall sur notre cédule cette année. C'est vraiment une track qui nous donne des bons résultats. Vois-tu, je suis un peu déçu avec Bardier parce que je m'étais fait avoir comme un amateur dans les lap cars. J'étais content sur le restart d'avoir réussi à aller faire une passe en bas. Puis là, quand j'ai vu qu'il avait cassé, fait que là, je me suis dit, ma passe était peut-être un peu moins belle que je pensais, mais au moins les chars étaient super bons, puis je suis content de toute l'équipe.
La piste est vraiment différente de ce que vous aviez vu il y a quelques semaines. On l'avait travaillé, mais elle est encore vraiment plus difficile. Ce soir, là, vous aviez pratiquement un tapis comparativement à l'autre fois. Là.
Ouais, encore une fois, Raymond il a fait un excellent job entre la qualif et la finale pour améliorer les conditions de circuit. Vois-tu, il y avait 2 belles grooves. Quand j'ai vu Mathieu passer au large, j'aurais jamais pensé aller là vu que j'étais tellement vite en bas. Fait que la piste elle offrait plusieurs grooves.
Donc, félicitations pour ta victoire, puis on se revoit au mois d'août, peut-être une 3e de suite, puis on va sûrement se revoir peut-être aussi avec les 360 Sprint Cars, peut-être au mois de juillet également.
Oui, je l'espère aussi, gros, puis aussi en même temps, j'aimerais remercier mes commanditaires Genium, Ponce Page Méga, mon G qui vient avec moi depuis toutes les courses cette année. Vraiment grâce à lui qu'on fait autant de courses, mon père, ma mère, puis aussi 417 Bossline qui commandite la série pour une bonne commandite, fait qu'on l'apprécie tout le temps.
Félicitations Jordan, souhaiter bon succès cette saison. Your feature win in the Lightning Sprints, Jordan Poirier. I'll translate after. I'll speak to Pascal Levesque and also Francis La Liberté. Pascal, Félicitations pour ta deuxième place ce soir ici à Cornwall. Tu as trouvé quelque chose dans les derniers tours, là. Tu t'en venais très rapide à l'extérieur. Là. Ta voiture là, était vraiment parfaite, je pense.
Accroché à terre, même après le dernier restart, je me rapprochais de Jordan. Puis après une coupe de tour, il a repogné le beat en bas, que j'ai vu mon large. J'étais pas plus vite que lui, mais je gardais le gap. Fait que s'il fait une petite erreur, je peux passer, mais pas sûr que j'étais plus vite au large que la ligne qu'il y avait en bas. Là.
Ce soir, je parlais un petit peu avec Jordan. La piste, comparativement à ce que vous aviez au mois d'août, c'est vraiment jour et nuit là, avec la dernière fois. Là.
Jour et la nuit, on pouvait aller au large, on pouvait aller en bas, au milieu. C'était vraiment une belle track.
Donc, félicitations pour ta deuxième place, puis on se revoit au mois d'août.
Yes, sir.
So, on va parler un petit peu avec Francis. Francis, félicitations pour ta troisième. Tu as mené cette course pendant un bon bout de temps, mais on a beaucoup de gars d'expérience qui sont avec toi là, dans cette série-là. Mais on te voit quand même sourire avec la troisième place ce soir.
Je suis bien heureux. Ma deuxième saison, finir troisième, c'est comme un miracle pour moi. Là. Je suis bien content.
Ouais, il y a beaucoup de vétérans. Là, on voit, comme je parlais de Jordan Poirier, également Pascal Lévesque, Mathieu Bardier. Puis être capable de rouler avec ces gars-là, mais également aller essayer à différentes pistes aussi, là, ça doit être tout un défi pour toi. Là.
Un gros défi parce qu'année passée, ils me l'appelaient 2 fois. Puis là, cette année, je suis challenge avec eux autres, fait que je suis bien heureux de ma soirée en tout cas. Puis ma saison, on va quand même bien, puis je suis bien content.
Donc on va te revoir ici au mois d'août, puis peut-être qu'on va te voir sur la première marche du podium, on ne sait jamais.
Quelque chose d'autre, je vais remercier 417 Bus Line. Pour la commandite et tout ça. Fait que c'est un gros merci parce que nous autres, on pourrait tout de même pas venir à ces pistes-ci. Fait que grâce à lui, ben, c'est une belle commandite. Merci.
Ben, super. Donc, Francis La Liberté, your third place finisher here tonight. So I'll just translate a little bit for you guys. I know it's a lot of French, but so Jordan Poirier, as he mentioned, he won twice here. The car was perfect, so he was really happy to be able to win. He says that the track conditions are really different and really superb tonight. He wanted to get a challenge a little bit more from Mathieu Bardier, the 19. He made a mistake when he got passed by him in the lap traffic, but he wanted to race with him, so he was sad that he saw that the 19 broke. Pascal Lévesque found something in the last few laps. He was able to gain some momentum, and he said the same thing about the track conditions, so they were really happy with all the work that were done. And Francis La Liberté last year got lapped twice last year, and tonight he was able to finish third. So for him, it's his best finish overall in this series. So big round of applause for the top three here tonight. They'll be back on August 26th. So back up to you guys as we're getting ready for the Pro Stock features.
Thanks a lot, Martin. And so much nicer down there whenever the winners don't pick you up and try to carry you away.
Well, good to have the Lightning sprints around. They'll be coming back here on August the 25th to wrap up that 417 bus line series. Jordan Poirier, 2 wins in that series already. The series now goes to Granby on the 21st, RPM on June 24th, and they finish it off at Autodrome St. Guillaume on June 30th. So that's how the month of June looks for those great drivers. And we look forward to having them back here in August.
Always putting on a great show, and of course Jordan Poirier wrapping up 2 wins so far, and I know he'd love to go for the hat trick and take that third one. That would definitely help him out in that 417 bus line series.
Oh, absolutely it would, for sure.
But as we saw this evening, a number of cars, basically the top 5 or 6 cars, could have all challenged at one point. Pascal Lévesque just basically running out of laps because his last 5 laps were his quickest laps of the race. And of course he turned the best lap of all of them on lap number 20, which is 5 to go. And he definitely showed Poirier that he had something for him.
Yeah, he really did. And Pascal, I know he's going to be strong the rest of the year in all top 5 runs. Won't be surprised to see him back in the winner's circle in 2019.
Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock Division rolling out onto the track for their feature. Michael Blais in the 41 going away off the pole. Dave Segay in the 11A will go on the outside pole. Stéphane Lebrun in the number 6 goes away on the inside of the second row. Rock Aubin in the 4 goes away on the outside of row number 2. Then it's Kevin Federley Jr. in the 57K. Mark Lalone in the 8 the outside of row number 3. Eric Jean-Louis in the number 9 goes away in the inside of row number 4. Burton Ward in the 28 on the outside of that 4th row. And rounding out the back of the field, the 47 of Dave the Bulldog Bissonnette. And the 2R of Riley McMonagle joining us here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. White comes out onto the field. 25 laps will be the distance here in the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock feature. Blais and Sege will bring them around. A nice clean start in the wired audio zone coming out of turn number 4. As they bunch them up and they get on the loud pedal, and we are going green here in the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock feature. David Sege right up to that top groove, and now we got a little bit of pushing and shoving through the middle of the field. Everyone finds a lane and makes it clean through 1 and 2. Down the back chute they go. Dave Sege leads them around the track. Michael Blair right there in second with the 41. Rock Obey working on the backside. Now he's going to dive down to the inside through 1 and 2. Blair's got something on the top groove, and he gets back that second spot. Rock Obey still trying to work on that inside with the number 4 machine. Hanging on the third right now, Stefan Lebrun up into the number 4 position with that number 6 car. Slides it up the track. Here comes Mark Lalone down at the bottom. Great battles going on for second and third and fourth and fifth as Dave Sege all alone in front trying to pull away. Just put down his quickest lap of the race so far with a 15.69. Dave Sege alone in front trying to pull away from the rest of the field. Blais and Rock Obey trying to keep it close. And Dave Sege again continues to put down the quick lap. Dave Sege through 3 and 4. Still your leader with the 11A. Rock Obey tries to dive down to the inside now of Mike Blais. Michael Blais with the 41 hanging on to second right now. Great battle for second. And we got a good battle going on for fourth and fifth, as we see Stefan Lebrun and Mark Lalone battling. And a little further back, we got the Bulldog. He's battling with Kevin Federley for 6th and 7th position. Bulldog finds himself alone. Federley has a handling problem, takes it off through 1 and 2, and will shut it down in the grass. The car was going left, then all of a sudden made a hard right up into the grass, and Federley shut it down.
Yeah, tough break for Kevin Federley Jr. He's been having his struggles, and he is heading immediately towards pit road. The driver who does have 2 wins in the Pro Stock division, the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock division in his career, but probably not going to happen here tonight, unfortunately. But
as I mentioned, the car was handling beautifully going through 1, and it gets about halfway through 1 and 2, and all of a sudden it's a hard right towards the scoreboard. Definitely something letting go on that machine.
That is true, so hopefully he can make his way back out. We'll see what happens. But David Sege, he is your race leader now. He's had himself a solid year in the Pro Stock ranks here at the Cornwall Speedway, and all top 5 runs for him. 4th place finish last week, but he's knows he's got good stuff, and the Alexandria native may have a good chance to win here tonight.
Well, as you mentioned, he's been doing well all season long. Second in points coming into this evening, rather. Just a 28 points behind.
Yep.
The number 6 of Stefan Lebrun. And he's just sitting back 1 car behind him now, waiting for something to go on. But Dave Sege's had a strong car early on. And as I mentioned, he's got the quickest lap so far. That was the last lap, lap number 6. As they fire him back up through the wired audio zone, Sege going from the top groove. Loves that outside lane, as we saw a couple of cars already on the top of the track. We saw Pascal Levesque in the lightning sprints. He turned it up on the top side of the track. Dave Sege hanging on to that lead. Michael Blair right behind him. Stefan Lebrun now up into the number 3 position. Here comes Dave the Bulldog Bissonnette trying to work his way through traffic. Mark Lalone down to the inside of the 4 of Rock Obey. They were 3 wide down the backstretch. Dave Sege continuing to lead. Great battle going on for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. 4 cars battling it out. Rock Obey Hanging on to third right now, Stefan Lebrun right there, as well as Mark Lalone and Dave Bissonnette. Coming to the halfway point, 10 laps in, 10 to go. Dave Sege hanging on to it. And we got a car off in turn number 4. Looks like Federley trying to come back out onto the track, and something let go again as he was making his way back out onto the track, Timmy, and basically turned it around.
Kevin's night just went from worse to even worse. It's so once again, this is a 20-lap feature go. The schedule does show at 25, but they have adjusted the laps to 20 for these drivers. So that is the way it's going to go. So 9 laps are remaining in this one. Just in case anybody's interested, the RSI Industrial Heat Point Championship has been updated after this evening, and Stefan Lebrun is your current RSI Industrial Heat Championship leader at the moment, 20 points. Mark Lalone second in that at 13. Dave Bissonnette, Rocco Van tied for third at 12. Then it is C.D. Beauchamp, Michael Blais, and Alex Gagnon tied for fifth at 8 points. Kevin Federley has 7. Burton Ward 6. David Sagan with 5. Eric Jean-Louis with 3. Pierre-Olivier Broll with 2. Riley McMonagle has 1 heat point this year. So that's how the points stand in the Alexander Home Hardware Pro Stock RSI Industrial Championship Series. So Cornwall Speedway Pace Truck heads to the safe haven of the pits. In turn number 3, we are set to go back to green. 9 laps remain. Mark Lalone, David Sagan on the front row. Sagan fires first and we're green. Quickly up to the outside lane. It is David Sagan in control. Here it comes Oban and Mark Lalone through the field. Michael Blais now to 4th as Stefan Lebrun, last week's winner. Dave Bissonnette right there to challenge from 7th. Bringing it down into turn number 1, side-by-side battle for the lead. Sagan, little out of shape in turn number 2, and that's going to cost him as Rock Oban picks up the top spot. Oban, best finish is second on opening day, May 19th. Would love to change that here tonight. He is your leader, Mark Lalone. He's got himself a feature win earlier this year at the Plattsburgh Airborne Speedway, but he'd like to get a win here at Cornwall as well. David Sagan pulling it up to the outside lane. He's into 3rd. Michael Blais is 4th, followed by the 6th of Stefan Lebrun. Dave Bissonnette right there with him in 6th. 7th is Burton Ward, Eric Jean-Louis, Riley McMonagle, Kevin Federley Jr. complete your field. Bringing it down into turn number 3. We got 5 laps left to go. 5 more remain, and Mark Lalone is hounding that 4 car down into turn number 1. Oban with a problem. He's going to pull it to the outside lane and slide it to a stop. Yellow lights are on, and Mark Lalone is your new race leader. Wow. What a change.
Well, Rock Oban had it, and Mark Lalone with a great drive down to the inside, and as I mentioned, he was battling just a few laps ago for 4th and 5th with the Bulldog and Stefan Lebrun, and now he finds himself in the lead. And Dave Sage's got his hands full now if he'd like to try to get back in the lead. Mark Lalone has a fast car this evening.
That is true, he does. And as I mentioned, Mark picked up a feature win this year at the Plattsburgh Airborne Speedway. So far his only win in the season, yet it's still early. Mark picked up a very prestigious award at the World Short Track Championships at the Charlotte Motor Speedway last October. It was kind of a sportsmanship award that they give away for all the divisions. 9 in total were at this World Short Track Championship, and Mark Lalone was selected by his peers and officials in the pro stock ranks as basically a large contributor to the pro stock division, and of course a genuine nice guy overall. One of the other notables that won the sportsman portion of it, Jessica Power, also claimed the title in the sportsman division. So congratulations to those 2 drivers, but Mark was very honored and shed a couple of tears too when he received the award.
Definitely Mark is an emotional guy, and he'll be the first one to be there with a handshake and a smile for you.
Yep.
And couldn't be 2 more deserving people in Jessica Power and Mark Lalone to win sportsmanship awards.
Absolutely, for sure. 5 laps to decide it. Mark Lalonde's going to fire from the top side. Green lights are back on. David Seguin, he loves the outside lane, but he's going to go from the bottom as they scramble from 4th on back. Meanwhile, top 3 breakaway at the front of the field with Mark Lalonde, David Seguin, and the 47 of Dave Bissonnette. Bringing it down off the turn. I'll tell you what, Dave Bissonnette is all over David Seguin for the 2 spot. Right up on that back deck lid, and now Seguin moves to the outside lane, gives the bottom to Bissonnette as they head into turn number 3 off of 4. We've got 3 laps left to go, and Mark Lalonde is pulling away, but Dave Bissonnette not going to let him get away too quickly here as they head down the backstretch. Now Michael Blay trying to pull even turns with David Seguin down the back chute. Seguin trying to hold off Blay into turn number 3. That didn't quite work that time off the corner. 2 to go for Mark Lalonde. Man out of Lorignal, Ontario, Canada, bringing it off of corner number 2. He's got about 4 car lengths on Dave Bissonnette. Into turns 3 and 4. White flag to be displayed this time by for Mark Lalonde. The LaMarche Electrical, Lucas Oil Products, number 8. Bringing it through turns 1 and 2. He's opening up that lead even more now. About 8 car lengths down the back straightaway. Checkered flag in the air. First win at Cornwall. Second win overall this season. Mark Lalonde in victory lane. Second to Bissonnette. Third will go to Michael Blay. Fourth to David Seguin. Stefan Lebrun, another top 5 finish for him. Burton Ward, Kevin Federley Jr., Eric Jean-Louis, and Riley McMonigal will complete your field. What a run there for Mark Lalonde. He turned up the wick in the last 5 laps of that race.
Well, his fastest lap was lap 14, and he didn't slow down much after that. This lap 20, 15.1.
Pretty impressive.
You can get these cars almost into the 14-second bracket. They are moving on this Cornwall Motor Speedway quarter mile. And you saw the Bulldog pull up beside Mark Lalonde, give him the thumbs up on the backstretch, let him know that ran a good race. And like I said, that's the type of driver that Mark Lalonde is, and everyone's always happy to see him get ahead on the racetrack and, of course, away from the racetrack, that program that he has for his students. This car is worked on by students of Mark's at the school that he teaches at.
Pretty impressive stuff how they're able to put together that kind of a crew. And basically, to stay on the crew, you just have to keep your marks up and work on the car, and he'll take care of the rest.
And definitely took care of the rest tonight.
Yes, he did.
Started a little further back in the field in 6th and worked his way through some good drivers. Had to get around Dave Seguin, Rock Obey, and Stefan Lebrun and hold off the Bulldog. That's not easy to do.
No.
And all we got to do is look at the track champions in that division, and that's the who's who of the division.
Absolutely it is. As the Loud and Dirty 358 Modifieds will be rolling trackside shortly for their 30-lap featured go. Wanted to give you the update on the Dwaron Engineering Cup point standings as well before we go trackside. Kyle Dingwall is the current point leader in that. That is after the heat races tonight. 15 points. Kerry Terrance at second at 13. Corey Wheeler third at 12. Brian McDonald fourth at 11. And then a 4-way tie for fifth between Steve Bernier, David Hebert, Luke Whitaker, and Joey Ladisser. Chris Raby 9th, and Mario Claire 10th. So that's the deal with the Dwaron Cup very early in the year, obviously. But right now, it's down to Martin Belanger.
Thanks, Tim. Alon is pretty happy here in the winner circle as well. All the students as well. There's still people coming down from the pit area. Deuxième victoire pour Mark Lalonde cette saison. First win here at Cornwall. Won at Airborne earlier on this season. I'm pretty sure he prefers winning here at Cornwall. Competition always tough in the Pro Stocks. The car, the number 8 of Mark Lalonde. Félicitations Marc, grosse victoire, deuxième cette saison, mais première à Cornwall. Probablement que celle-là, elle vaut peut-être plus pour toi que la victoire à Airborne.
Oui, parce qu'avec la semaine qu'on a eue la semaine passée, là, on a travaillé fort cette semaine parce qu'on a eu une grosse accident dans la curve la semaine passée, on n'a pas été chanceux. Regarde, la voiture est là toutes les semaines, on a des petites bad luck, mais là, ce soir, on a prouvé que je pense qu'on était dessus.
Vous êtes pas beaucoup, vous êtes une dizaine, 10-12 à toutes les semaines, mais la compétition est tout le temps forte dans votre classe. Là. Il y a toujours 5-6 pilotes qui peuvent gagner à tous les soirs, puis tu as prouvé ce soir que tu fais partie de ce groupe-là.
Oui, partie 6e à soir, ça paraît pas, c'est une piste rapide comme ça, c'est difficile, ça rentre en avant. On s'est rendu, ça a été clean. Je peux dire félicitations aux gars, j'espère qu'ils vont entendre ça, j'espère qu'ils vont l'écouter. Puis continuent de même, on va aller aux courses. Puis c'est ça qu'on veut faire. On va pas réparer des chars parce qu'on a des accidents. La semaine passée, c'est une bad luck. Là. On oublie ça, mais on va aller aux courses. Là, on est aux courses, puis pas à peu près. Là, je suis content.
T'as-tu des gens à remercier?
Ah, j'en ai plein. On va commencer avec ma conjointe qui est là. Toute l'autre gang qui sont là, puis il y en a un paquet dans les estrades. Là. Ceux dans les estrades, levez votre main. Ils crient pas partout. Puis tous les commanditaires, la marche électrique, Napa, la Bénerie, Plantagenet, Orléans, Toyota, il y en a trop là. Orléans, Boat World, Tomlinson, Brennan Automotive, Richard Mallette. Hey, regarde, à cause d'eux autres, là, on est là. Ben content de ça, puis je les remercie beaucoup.
Félicitations Marc, toujours un plaisir de t'avoir dans le cercle des vainqueurs. Je vais te laisser tirer pour le 50-50. Pull out your 50-50 numbers. We'll pull out two numbers for tonight. Deux numéros, Marc. Le premier, the first one for the money, and the second one will be for the Artisan Distillery prize. So the first one, it's a green ticket, 2734. 2734 for the money, $629. Billet vert, 2734. And for the bottle of rye, it's 3947. 3947, a yellow ticket for the bottle of rye from Artisan Distillery. Go at the information booth. So just to resume the comments from Marc Lalonde, he was saying that the last week he was part of the accident, so he forgot about that, and he's really happy to be in the winner's circle tonight. He said that the guys raced really clean tonight, and he would like to see that every Sunday evening, because as you've seen, we have a lower car count in the but a really competitive car count. But he says if everyone races that way every night, it will be fun for the rest of the season. And he mentioned all the sponsors around the team. You can see all the students as well with him in the winner's circle. So again, a big round of applause for the 8 of Marc Lalonde. Back up to you guys as we're getting ready for the Loud and Dirty Modifieds.
Well, thanks a lot, Martin, and we've got a couple of wishes here. A happy Father's Day going out to the one and only superstar pace truck driver extraordinaire, Andre Poulet, from his wife, Gail, the better half of the two.
Definitely the better half, and happy Father's Day, chicken. He can't really hear us, but someone will let him know.
And I got a happy birthday going out to William Laverne on back on June 14th, so happy birthday, William. Fun fight, as they say. How about that?
Impressive.
Northern New York guys said.
Northern New York said bon fête. It's definitely getting better, Timmy. It's only taken 12 years now, 10, 11 years, somewhere in there.
You'd think with all the years that I spent at Autodrome Granby and Drummond and all those times that I would have...
But you can say Saint Cecile de Milton now. I will give you that.
And it's St. Louis de Gonzague, Quebec, too. Yeah, that's a...
Whoa!
That is an awesome town.
They're just rolling tonight.
I'm learning a lot of cool new towns in Quebec with the Quebec Lightning Sprints. They're really testing my abilities to speak the language now. So, oh yeah.
He's getting it done, ladies and gentlemen. Timmy Baltz is getting it done with the French.
What can I say? Joël Doiron helped me out a lot.
Of course, Martin Belanger as well.
Sure,
I mean, can't do anything up here in French without Martin.
Not at all. So Chris Raby will be a part of this field tonight, but he will be in the Delbert LaGrosse 71X, Huey.
Well, just trying to make sure he stays in the points. He was leading the points coming into this evening. That would be the 47S of Corey Wheeler leading them out. 66 of Kyle Dingwall on the outside pole. He was leading the Doiron Cup coming into this evening. Kerry Terrence in the 66X inside of that second row. Brian Slim McDonald, the 151 KB outside of the second row. Steve Bernard in the 54 inside of the third row. 23, Joey Lattiser outside of row number 3. The General, Lee Lattiser in the 88 inside of row number 4 on the outside. The 87 of David Hebert. Chris Herbison in the 63 goes to win the inside of row 5. Outside of him, the 19, the St. Lawrence Radiology, number 19 of Timmy Fuller. Steve Bernard in the 25 star, and then the 17 of Marc Teddy outside of row 6. Super Mario Claire in the 24 inside of row number 7. Tristan Draper in the 17D on the outside. The Grinder, JF Cordovo in the 96 on the inside of row number 8. The 90 of Danny Gagne on the outside. Michael Maraska in the 7M. Then it's Kevin Amell in the 13, Tommy Jock Jr. in the 31, and we are underway. Corey Wheeler leads them down through 1 and 2. Dingwall hanging on to second. Here comes Kerry Terrence down to the inside. A pair of 66s battling for second. On the outside, it's Brian Slim McDonald. Put a new panel on that 151, and he's going to try to run that outside groove. Brian Slim McDonald found something up high through 1 and 2. Now he's going to try to work it through 3 and 4. Corey Wheeler all alone in front with the Fatless chip stand ride, and Chris Raby pulling off the track with the 71 of Delbert LeGros. Went out just to put a couple laps in. Michel Lebrecht slowing with the 99 as they go through 1 and 2. Trying to keep the car rolling, and it's not going to be enough, so the 99 of Michel Lebrecht will bring out the caution. And they're going to hang on to it as Wheeler was pulling away from the rest of the field. Get a quick opportunity to talk about the rest of the cars there, Timmy. It was the 37 of Paul Saint-Sauveur, the 18, Louis Jackson Jr. Raby was out in the 71X of Delbert LeGros just to turn a couple laps, and Cale Rumbidoux bringing the backup car out, and that's why he's starting at the back of the field in the 46.
Well, good opening 3 laps. Good to see Corey Wheeler back up towards the front of the field. It's been one of those seasons that Corey just is, seems like he's struggling on the setup with this race car, but he'll eventually get it because he's just that good of a race car driver. And the Fatless chip stand Bicknell chassis ride out of Cornwall, he'll get that thing dialed in and he'll be in victory lane. It could come tonight with the way he's been running here this evening. 2 top 5 finishes here at Cornwall. He best finished the 3rd on May 26th of the 3 events run so far here in 2019.
Well, he's putting together a pretty good season. Finds himself in a 5th coming into this evening in the Loud and Dirty modified division points. And Steady Eddie is what we can call Corey Wheeler, and he's been consistently getting better over the years.
Yep. Speaking of Steady Eddies, look at the guy next to him there, Kyle Dingwall. You want to talk about consistency.
Another guy that's won a track championship without winning a feature in that season, and he's leading the Watto Engineering Cup points by 2 points over Kerry Terrence coming into this evening. So we are getting ready to bring it back to green as they come out of turn number 4. Watch them in the wired audio zone as Corey Wheeler decides when they go and sets the pace. And we are going again. Wheeler picking up right where he left off. He's going to run the bottom. He's got Kyle Dingwall right behind him. Brian Slim McDonald forced down to the bottom. He was running great on the high side. Finds himself in 3rd. Kerry Terrence right there with the 66X hanging on the 4th. Here comes Bernard in the 54. Herbison takes it to the infield with the 63. He's going to try to rejoin the field. And it looks like Herbison's going to keep it up onto the infield. And now we've got Tommy Jock Jr. on the backstretch. Big puff of smoke out of that car as he shuts it down going into turn number 3. That'll also allow the 63 of Herbison to get that car moving, but looks like he was going to park it in the infield there, Timmy.
Yeah, Chris was looking to maybe just hang out in the infield for the remainder of this one. Knew something was not right with the Stewart Automotive ride, and they shut it down, but Chris, of course, not chasing points here at Cornwall, just trying to get some sort of racing in. Chris and Cindy Stewart, the owners of that car, wanted to get some laps on that thing, so they decided to come here tonight and not not the way they wanted to finish out, but they're right in the thick of the battle for the title at Brockville, so that's their main focus. And Chris, being the veteran that he is, shut it down and save it for another day.
Well, he put it right in the infield, and he kept it high just to keep the track green and allow everyone else a chance to win. As you mentioned, he's not chasing points here, and that's the sportsman that Chris Herbison is. But talking about Corey Wheeler, fastest lap of the race, last lap, 13.63. So Corey's getting quicker as the race goes on.
Yeah, it really is, and we'll see what happens if Dingwall can keep pace with him. And how about Slim? He had that early heat accident earlier tonight, and he's right in the thick of the battle. And there's our four-time defending track champion, Kerry Torrance, in fourth.
And we don't have to look far for a couple of challengers, because he's got Bernard right behind him, Joey Lannister and David Hebert and Tim Fuller. That just brings us to 8. And we are back to green. Corey Wheeler picking up right where he left off at that 47S. A little out of shape. Now Kerry Terrence slides up the track. Almost opens up a couple of spots. Ryan Slim McDonald hanging on a third. Kyle Dingwall in second right now with that 66. Now Wheeler trying to keep it out in front. Pulls away a little bit down the backstretch. And we got a couple of cars out of shape through 1 and 2. Everyone banging, and Draper will park it in the infield. As we had, it looked like David Hebert was out of shape. Or sorry, that was Mario Claire got together with one other car, and that caused Draper to take it into the infield.
Yeah, that was a tough ride there. Mario Claire started bouncing through a bump and looked like he was maybe going to go up and over, but unfortunately, the guy who finished second to him, Danny Gagne, got into him, and then Tristan Draper just was an unfortunate victim of circumstances, and front end has gone away on the Draper Doors ride out of Sydenham, Ontario.
Oh, you saw Mario Claire with that speed wobble, and he just kept hopping up the track. As you mentioned, he got into the side of Gagne, and Gagne tried to avoid it. But he went right across the front of Draper, and that definitely put something out of whack on that Draper's door, number 17.
7 laps down in this 30-lap contest. We'll see how things shape up here in the next few laps. Trying to get some positions sorted out towards the back portion of the top 10. Steve Bernier, Joey Lattisewer, and Tim Fuller arguing over who's 7th, 8th, and 9th right there.
Well, as we mentioned, this is a star-studded field here this evening, and Mario Claire takes it into the grass. Not sure where he's going, decides to go around the field, and he's going to take it pit side.
Quick way to get to pit road for short.
Definitely the quick way to do it.
47S, 66 Dingwall, 51, 66X, 54, 87, 23, 25 Star, 19, 17, 88.
So they're getting the lineup over the one-way radio.
7MM, 13.
Corey Wheeler is going to be on point. So we go back green, Kyle Dingwall. In second, Brian McDonald, Kerry Torrance, Steve Bernard, David Hebert, Joey Lattiser, Steve Bernier, Tim Fuller, and Mark Terrian will be the unofficial top 10 right now.
Well, the order was given, and now it's just a couple of cars that have to move. It's Fuller and Bernier right now that they're... We're just letting Timmy Fuller know that he's got to fall in behind Joey Lattiser. And he's making his way down. There we go. Beautiful one-way system at work.
There we go. We got everybody set, ready to go now.
And the good old days, the flagman used to have to go down there and tell the people, or they had a chalkboard that they would write on, and, well, this is just a little bit quicker. And it's a one-way system, so the drivers can't talk back, which was a very good thing.
Thank goodness it's one way. Oh my, we'd have a mess on our hands if it weren't.
Mm-hmm. Anybody's ever listened to this stuff that goes on in NASCAR behind the scenes, you know, yeah. And a little bit early on that one for the 47S. And the 47S is going to be told that, well, that's a little early. Turn 3 is not turn 4. I know we've heard that many times, Tim. Turn 3 is not turn 4.
We, as race car drivers, sometimes we find that hard to believe. Sometimes we're at turn 3 and we think, hey, I was right there at the sign. Well, the perspective in a race car going into turn 3, that turn 4 comes up really quick. I mean, from here it looks like it's a long way around, but it comes up really quick.
Oh, no, yeah, and you got to remember the banking, and they're in a little, their windshield basically is kind of small.
Yeah, we get tunnel vision out there, too.
Just a little bit. We'll see this time. It'll be a much better start. I already know it. Kyle Dingwall and Corey Wheeler bring him around, and there we are. Look at that. Much, much better. As Dingwall goes right around, and Wheeler down to the inside. Here comes Kerry Terrence on the outside. How many times have we seen Kerry Terrence do that on the outside of this Cornwall Motor Speedway? And here comes David Hebert. David Hebert in the 87 through the middle. He's found something right through the middle. He's got Brian Slim McDonald right there with him in the 151 KB. Now it's Dingwall. Nice and smooth through the middle of the track. Corey Wheeler trying to close that gap. Brian Slim McDonald alone right now in third. But he's got David Hebert trying to work that outside groove on him. McDonald slips up the track just a little bit. Now he's going to work that inside middle groove. Wheeler closed right onto the back door of Dingwall, but Dingwall pulled away down the backstretch. Kyle Dingwall in the lead with the 66. Puts another lap in the books. Wheeler trying to close that gap. Brian Slim McDonald has his hands full in third with David Hebert. And here comes Bernier. Steve Bernier in the number 25 Star. Picked his way through the field, started 11th, now finds himself in 5th, right behind David Hebert. Kyle Dingwall, quickest lap so far of the race with a 13.42, his last lap as we find ourselves at lap 13. 2 more laps will bring us to the halfway point. One car going off into the pits slow. They'll get out of the way, and we've got looks like Kerry Terrence pulling to the infield with the 66X. He's going to shut it down. That'll do it for his race. And as we come to the halfway point, here comes Kyle Dingwall around to put it at the halfway point, Timmy.
15 laps are down, 15 to go, and the two-time track champion here pulling away with ease as they head up into turns 3 and 4 and back down to the line. Kyle Dingwall well in command of this field as they head off the corner. It is Dingwall in control, Corey Wheeler, Brian McDonald, David Hebert, and Lee Ladisser. Problems with the number 88. He is trying to get it to the infield. Yellow lights will be coming back on as Lee Ladisser. Problems with the number 88 machine, the Jim's Performance Plus Mr. Radiator ride. So this will make things interesting on this next restart here with 13 laps to go. Kyle Dingwall, the race leader, has not won here at Cornwall in quite some time here. So Corey Wheeler still holding on to second. Kyle is starting to gap the field there pretty well, but that's the beauty of the caution flag. It is the great equalizer. It tightens everybody up. Going to double up this time by.
Well, Kyle putting together a pretty good season so far here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. Second in points coming into this evening. He can close that gap with Chris Raby as Raby basically started just to get basic starting points.
Yeah, he could actually take over the point lead coming into tonight's racing program, or coming out of tonight's racing program, I should say. 60 points for a win, and I believe the maximum that Raby would get tonight would be about 20 or 30 points. So if Kyle could win, that would definitely be good news for him, but we'll see what happens. 13 left to go. The wired audio sign in turns 3 and 4. Green lights back on, and away we go. Dingwall back to the point. Not for long. Corey Wheeler jumps to the high side, and they'll drag race into turns 3 and 4. Back down to the stripe. Wheeler back to the lead down in front. Working it up into turns 1 and 2. Wheeler catches a bump over there in the corner, allows Dingwall to get back by. Steve Bernier jumps it up one more spot. He's alongside of David Hebert. Where did Tim Fuller come from? He's already up to 7th as they head up into turns 1 and 2. 19 down, 11 more to go, and Kyle Dingwall back to the top spot. Good battle going on amongst the top 7 drivers here as they head up off of corner number 4 and down to the line. Brian McDonald holding on to 3rd at this point. He's in a battle with David Hebert for position number 4. Steve Bernier back to 5th. Steve Bernard 6th. Tim Fuller battling with him. He's back to 7th. Michael Maresca is 8th. 9th is Joey Lannister. Mark Carrier completes the top 10. Mario Clare trying to fight from the back portion of the field as they head up off of corner number 2. Meanwhile, into turns 3 and 4. 8 to go for Kyle Dingwall. Picked up a win already at the Brockville Speedway earlier this season. Trying to pick up his first Cornwall Speedway victory in quite some time as they battle through the field. And David Hebert with a problem in turn number 3. Front end gone away on that ride, and he is trying to get it towards pit road, limping there very slowly. We'll keep our eye on him as the 96 of JF Corvo does the same thing. Meanwhile, into turns 3 and 4. 24 down, 6 to go for Kyle Dingwall. Wheeler still chasing from 2nd. Then is Brian McDonald, Steve Bernier, Steve Bernard now in a battle with Fuller for position number 5. Michael Maresca is 7th, followed by Joey Lannister, Martin Carrier, Kevin Amell, and Mario Clare. Still the top 10. Bringing it through turns 1 and 2. Dingwall trying to fight through some of the bumps here in turns 1 and 2 as they motor down the back straightaway into turn number 3. 4 to go for Dingwall. Straightaway advantage over Corey Wheeler. Field starting to space out right now as they work through turns 1 and 2 and down the back chute. Dingwall well in command. Battle going on still for position number 3. Brian McDonald has it. Steve Bernier trying to take it away. Steve Bernard just trying to hold on to that race car. He is holding on to spot number 5, but Tim Fuller is all over him trying to get the position back. Michael Maresca is 7th as they head off of corner number 4. 2 to go for Kyle Dingwall. Been a long time since he's been to victory lane here at Cornwall Motor Speedway. He's looking to change that here tonight as they come down off of turns 3 and 4. White flag in the air for Kyle Dingwall. Over a straightaway advantage as they head up into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. He won 2 weeks ago at the Brockville Speedway. Tonight at Cornwall Motor Speedway, Kyle Dingwall is back in victory lane. 2nd will go to Corey Wheeler. 3rd to Brian McDonald, Steve Bernier. And at the line for 5th, it'll be Steve Bernard edging out Fuller for the spot. Michael Maresca, Joey Lannister, Mark Terrian, and Mario Clare, the unofficial top 10. How about that for Kyle Dingwall? Gets the win here tonight.
Well, Timmy, with all the invaders that we normally wouldn't see on a regular basis here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway, we're talking about Steve Bernard, Mike Maresca, Timmy Fuller, and Steve Bernier. But I'll tell you, it was the local boys putting on the show. Kyle Dingwall, Corey Wheeler, and Brian McDonald, our top 3 that run here on a regular basis. Can't really call Kyle Dingwall a local boy, but he does run here with us every Sunday evening.
Yeah, exactly. Kyle, being nearby Iroquois, Ontario, it has been a long time since he's won a feature here. I'd have to go back to possibly the 2017 season. Somebody's pretty happy with him down there.
Definitely.
And we'll head her down to Victory Lane with Martin Belanger.
Thank you, Tim. I'm pretty sure Kyle Dingwall will be pretty happy with this win. As you guys mentioned, it was a star-studded field tonight for a regular night at Cornwall, so always a little something extra to brag about, winning in front of all these great drivers. So, and he's a former track champion here at Cornwall, so that showed tonight as well, all his experience here. Easier, louder, and dirty modified feature winner here tonight, the 66 of Kyle Dingwall. This is for you, my friend, from one of our sponsors. You'll be able to drink with your crew. Kyle, congratulations, great run here tonight. What a field of cars here. The track was in a lot better shape than what you experienced in the last few weeks, but you had the best car here tonight.
I'm not sure about that, but we started up front, and the car took a while to get going on restarts, and Corey kept getting me, so I had to stay close with him. Once I could stay close with him down the straightaway, I thought I could clear him, and I should have took the outside that last restart. He raced me pretty hard there, but it worked out at the end.
You've been racing here for a lot of years, and having to be able to win 9 in, 9 out, and I know you have a good run as well at Brockville. Who you would like to thank tonight and all your sponsors?
I gotta thank my dad. Just mostly me and him. We have a few other guys that help us, but I drop the car off to him. He does a lot of work while I'm working. Without him, I wouldn't be able to do this, so gotta thank him.
It's a great way to celebrate Father's Day with your dad here tonight, for sure.
Absolutely.
So congratulations on your win, and big round of applause for your feature winner here tonight in the modifieds, the 66 of Kyle Dingwall.
That's
Martin. Timmy's been doing some number crunching up here.
Yeah. Do you wanna know the last time Kyle Dingwall won a feature here? Chico, you might be interested in this one. June 23rd, 2013. Last time that 66 machine was in victory lane here at Cornwall.
5 years, 11 months, and 3 weeks.
Yeah. And he had waited another week, it would have been a full 6 years, but man, oh man alive, that's...
almost 1 week to the day.
Yes. And funny enough, his dad got his first ever 358 modified win right here at Cornwall in 1989. There you go. So Chico knows what it's like to win here.
I remember those days going back when I was coming up here in high school.
Well, the drought is over for Kyle, and we'll see if anybody has anything to dethrone one Shane Pecor for a possible 4 in a row here tonight. And unofficially, with that win, Kyle Dingwall may have taken over the point lead, but we will discover that one once we get the official word on that. But in any event, it is the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman Division. 25 laps is the distance, and on... Oh, I guess we're going to go with our ETV demonstration once again. These will be the drivers, some of the drivers that you will see here in August, as Huey and Martin Melanger also made mention of. Some of the other bikes and quads will be in attendance through a few of the weeks to give you guys a little show as to what you'll see going on. So just sit back here and take in the sights and sounds of these drivers. Of course, the track conditions will be just a little bit different than what they're going to face here tonight, but we're going to turn them loose for a few hot laps, and then we'll go green with the sportsman. So that wraps up the quad demonstration here on the Speedway tonight, and they'll be back through the remaining weeks before their big event here on August 15th. We have a couple of vehicles that need to move. They're blocking a car at the pit parking lot, license plate CDNB 343, CDNB 343. Also, another driver is blocking the pit parking lot, a car in the parking lot, CBPR 140, CBPR 140. These vehicles need to be moved. They are blocking a car in the pit parking lot. Thank you very much. Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman ready to go. And it will be Justin Lalancette on point. Number 1, 94, Gabriel Sear on the outside. Row 2, it's Ryan Stabler, 77. 28 of Kurt Kaye in row 2. Row 3, Shane Pecor in the 0 with the 35R of William Racine. Row 4, it's Scott McGill's 04 with the 35 of Thomas Cook. Row 5, Billy Cook in the M70 with Brianna Ladiseur in the 15B. Row number 6, Devin Willis in the 21W with the 29 of Justin DeRosier. Row 7, Ricky Thompson in the number 12 with the 66 of Luis Paget. Row number 8, Bob Ray in the 18 with Denny Forg in the number 82 starting 16th. Jason Chip Clark starting 17th in the 4 with Mike Stacy's 23 going from 18th. 19th starter Adam Rosen in the 3 with last week's runner-up Jonathan Ferguson in the 44 going from 20th. Jared Herberson starts 21st, the 38J with Evan Reynolds in the 13 from 22nd. Corey Winters in the 33 goes 23rd with Evan Racine starting in 24th in the 54. Chris Ferguson starts 25th in the 08 with Dominic Merkley in the 78D starting 26th. Jason Rose rolls from the 27th spot along with Delbert Legros Jr. in the 71X, and Tyler Reynolds starts in position number 29. That's your starting lineup, 29 cars, 25 laps. This is going to get exciting. As always, white flag to be displayed next, or this time by, and we will go green. Update on the RSI Industrial Sportsman Heat Championship standings. Ryan Stabler leads the way at that one, 22 points to his name. Shane Pecor second at 19. Thomas Cook at 18, Jason Chip Clark 16, and Justin Lalancette 5th at 13 points.
What a better way. The guy who puts out the check at the end of the year is leading the points. Put it right back in your own pocket.
Right back in the own pocket. There you go. So here we go. Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman under green. Justin Lalancette not wasting any time, jumping out to about a 4-car length lead as they battle for second and third. Ryan Stabler, Gabriel Sear going at it, and Stabler will pick up the spot as we complete lap number 1. Gene Pecor in a battle with Kurt Kaye for the number 3 position. That didn't take too much longer as Pecor gets to the inside. Now he's going after Gabe Sear for third. Picks up the spot as they come back down to the line. Justin Lalancette in control. Working it up into turns 1 and 2. That Troyer chassis working beautifully so far. A lot of rough patches through turns 1 and 2, and especially up into turns 3 and 4 as well, as they bounce through a couple of them coming down to the line this time by. Top 3 breakaway at the front of the field. Gabe Sear, Kurt Kaye. That's your top 5. William Racine doing a very impressive job. Just 14 years of age right now, holding on to position number 6 as they work through turns 1 and 2 this time by. It's the one of Lalancette in command of the field. Still a 5-car length advantage. We've got caution on the racetrack. Denny Forg in the 82. The Blainville, Quebec native spins in turn number 4. Yellow lights are back on.
Well, Timmy, Justin Lalancette leading early on right from the pole, but I tell you, he's putting down some quick laps. His quickest lap so far was his last lap, lap number 3, the 14.45. Ryan Stabler turning some quick laps as well with a 14.53. Shane Pecor with a 14.30 and a 14.4. 14.95 for Gabriel Cyr. So our top 8 cars are all in the 14-second bracket. That's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's not too bad, especially the way the racetrack is. It has rolled over in a couple of spots, but for the most part it's been a fairly decent racetrack out there. But some of these drivers finding a few spots here and there.
Well, you mentioned they're fighting the bumps, they're fighting the rolled areas, but they're fighting each other as well, and to still be in the 14-second bracket this late in the evening, that's really saying something about the skill of our drivers here.
That is absolutely true. These drivers are good at what they do, and that's why they're before you here tonight as we get set to go green. White flag will be displayed, and we will head back to green.
Well, Justin Lalancette will get another restart, and he's got Ryan Stabler. He's been quick all night around the outside of him. We'll get a nice clean start in turn 4, Timmy.
Absolutely, as they get set to go green at the wired audio sign. In turn number 4, we're back underway. Justin Lalancette picks up the lead. Ryan Stabler looks to go to the high lane as Kurt Kaye looks to move up a spot as well. Kaye to the inside trying to pick up third, and he will do so coming down the front straightaway. But Kurt Kaye on the move early on, but right now Ryan Stabler's on the move. He's working that high lane to perfection, trying to pull even turns with the one of Lalancette into turn number 3. Ryan Stabler on the move on the top side as they come down in front. Stabler by a half car length at the line. The lead lap number 6, Curtis Kaye, has cleared Shane Pecor for a moment. Here comes Pecor back to the inside lane as Lalancette charging back after the lead. In turn number 3, Stabler on the top lane, and it'll be Stabler back in front as they click off lap number 7. Good back and forth seesaw battle for the lead. Now Stabler has the position to himself. Justin Lalancette looking to move up into the number 1 spot if he can possibly do it. Not this time, though, as Stabler swings it off the turn with the advantage. About 2 car lengths right now. The man who finished second to Shane Pecor on 2 occasions to start the year off wants to get into victory lane as they head up into turns 3 and 4. And Stabler washes wide. Lalancette trying to run him back down as we click off lap number 10. 25 lap feature going by in a hurry here at Cornwall. And now the battle for third going back to Kurt Kaye as Kaye picks up the position from Pecor. Thomas Cook trying to find a running groove up on the top lane as well as they race off at turn number 4 and down to the line. Scott McGill having a very impressive run to 6th. Brianna Lannister is 7th. Gabriel Cyr is 8th. Devin Willis now up to 9th. William Racine completes the top 10. We got 11 laps on the scoreboard, and Ryan Stabler picking them up and laying them down right now. Closing in on some lap traffic. This could possibly tighten the field up here. Scott McGill going after another position. McGill, the Cornwall native, going after Thomas Cook for the 5 spot as they head up into turns 3 and 4 and down to the strike. McGill all over Cook for the position as we got 12 laps down. Ryan Stabler starting to enter into traffic. He'll get by Dominic Berkeley, but with 13 down, 12 to go, Ryan Stabler's got a straightaway over Justin Lalancette.
Oh, Ryan Stabler is nice and steady. We called him Steady Eddie. Well, there he goes. He's got that car on cruise control down the backstretch as Justin Lalancette now clears the lap car for the first time. Now Stabler finds himself right through lap traffic, goes down to the bottom of the track. Now Lalancette in second, Kurt Kaye and Shane Pecor continue the battle for third spot. Got to go back a little further. Thomas Cook and Brianna Lattiser, they're battling for 5th. Thomas Cook clears the lap car, so does Brianna Lattiser. Ryan Stabler got a couple of car lengths lead over the one of Justin Lalancette. Nice and steady. Stabler turning consistent laps in the mid to low 14-second bracket. Now Lalancette clears the lap car and closes the gap on Stabler. Justin Lalancette closing in the gap, trying to reel in Stabler. Stabler's going to go back up to that high groove where he worked it earlier into the early lead. And we got Thomas Cook just hanging on to that one as he went a little too high going into turn 1 and 2, lost some positions as he slipped back a couple of spots. Now Pecor around the outside for third. He goes around Kurt Kaye in a lap car. Pecor on the move, wants to take his 4th one in a row. Stabler and Lalancette would love nothing more to do than to take it away, but we've got a caution coming out. And if you're Ryan Stabler and Justin Lalancette, this is not what you wanted, but exactly what you wanted if you're Shane Pecor, because Pecor was doing everything he could to catch these top two guys in front of him.
Yep.
But the lap traffic was definitely not helping Pecor.
No, it was helping Justin Lalancette to try to catch Ryan Stabler, but I tell you what, Pecor was all the way back to about 6th spot. Him and Brianna Ladisser were going at it for position. Thomas Cook fell off the end in turn number 1, brought it back on, but lost a couple of spots to Ladisser and Scott McGill as well. But this is going to open up the door for Shane to have possibly one last crack at maybe getting 4 in a row, but that 77 car has been really good here tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, Tim, he's gotten the fastest lap of the race with a 14.27. Lalancette's fastest with a 14.45. Pecor with a 14.3, but that was way back on lap number 3. Stabler's was a little bit later on, a lap 11. And Brianna Ladisser's turned it up as well. She sits 5th. Her fastest lap was lap 12. So we got a couple of cars turning it up towards the end and some kind of dropping off the pace a little bit.
That's just a little bit. Yeah, it's. Wait, tell you what, you got to give a shout out to Scott McGill. How about that? Running in position number 6 right now.
6th position right now, and he's ran a heck of a race so far.
Yep.
Finds himself in with some really good company up front. A couple of former track champions. And a number of cars out there that have won in the karting ranks.
Right. Scott's won here before in mini stocks, but this is a whole new adventure for him.
And we also mentioned William Racine in 9th. We talked about the type of racer we're looking for out of him with a full field and a new track, and he finds himself into the top 9. That's quite the feat so far with just a handful of laps left, 6 to go.
Yep.
Stabler brings him through the wired audio zone, gets on the loud pedal first, and he looks like he's going to drift it right up and into that top spot again. Lalancette's going to try to work that outside groove. Now he's going to drive right up behind him. Lalancette down to the inside. Good buddy Wheeler. They work together as Stabler hanging on to it. Goes through 1 and 2, a little bit of a bounce coming out of 2, but straight as an arrow down the back chute. Stabler, nice and steady now through 3 and 4, down past the flag stand. 4 laps to go in this final feature of the evening. Ryan Stabler. Oh, and a big hop by Lalancette, and he's going to shut it down in turn 3. A big bounce by Justin Lalancette, found a hole, and that car got some air.
That car was wrecked. That thing was wrecked going over. I don't know how in the world he saved that thing, but you could see the belly pan on that thing. He got up so high.